All right. Hold up. All right, there we go. Can y'all see me? Okay, cool. Hope y'all can hear me. Make sure the mic. Okay, this is on that side. Okay, cool. All right. Hope y'all can hear me out there, man. We're gonna talk a little boxing talk, stuff like that. You know, in the kitchen today. We in the kitchen. Matter of fact. Basically what we about to do today, we about to do some curry shrimp. Um, that's about it. I sent some links out there. You guys gonna have to mind me because you can't go live unless you got 1,000 subs, and I ain't got 1,000 subs. So I get that 1,000 sub support, I'm gonna have to do it a different way. But today we're gonna talk a little boxing, talk about a little food and stuff like that. Um, so basically, I'm gonna start off with washing my skin beaters first. Washing the skin beaters first. Then I'm gonna get on peeling this shrimp. I'll show y'all the shrimp too, just in case y'all want to see it. From time to time, I'll have to run to the room and look at the chat, see what the chat is saying, because obviously I'm on my phone. Like I said, I can't really see what's going on. And then the iPad, my old lady got that. So I wash my hands. The shrimp is thawed out in cold water. You don't need hot water for shrimp. This is what we're using. We're using these are Texas red shrimp. Texas red shrimp. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna peel these holes. We're gonna peel them. Right? Peel them. Give me a knife. It don't gotta be the sharpest. It don't have to be the sharpest knife in the kitchen now. But we get a knife, right? Rinse it off a bit. Actually, yeah. Then we're just gonna kind of get that vein up out of there, right? Some of y'all don't like that vein in there, right? But just get some of it. You don't got to be the whole thing, but you want to get majority of the vein out. But anyways, today I talked about Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz. I hit on the pocket protectors, and you know that's just the way it's going to be. Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua. You know, he beat him bad. Beat him bad in the motherfucker, right? But the thing about it is that we still got people out there making excuses. Making excuses for a man that lost. It don't matter if he had a pre-existing condition before he went up in there, because if that's the case, maybe he should have got an Affordable Care Act. Maybe he should have got on that. But that doesn't matter. You come in the ring with what you got, and that's it. You know, it's not nobody's fault that you came in the ring not prepared like you should be. It ain't Andy Ruiz's fault. It ain't Andy Ruiz's team. It ain't Edward Hearn's fault. It ain't Anthony Joshua's daddy's fault. It ain't nobody's fault. It's just fate. And that's the thing about boxing. You can't pick a date to fight somebody, then everybody buy a ticket, and then the day of the fight you say, oh, I don't want to fight because this and the third. But at the same time, what you can say is, at the same time, is what somebody could say is, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was that worth my son getting in the ring and possibly getting hurt in the condition that he was in? And you can't say that he wasn't in some type of condition, because if you want to say he wasn't in some type of condition, then you would have to admit that there's a problem. There was a problem, right? And Matchroom Boxing refuses to do so because they know they could be liable for something. See, because people were betting on this fight, right? I betted $50 on Andrew Ruiz and won $450. You see what I'm saying? And so if the playing field wasn't fair, which I don't think the playing field is fair in boxing in general, somebody is always hurt. Andrew Ruiz only had a month between his last fight before Anthony Joshua. Hell, you can watch the press conference. You can watch interviews with Andrew Ruiz, and you can see that he still had a shiner from his last fight, right? So when we look at everything that went down in the fight, it was a good fight. You can't make an excuse for Anthony Joshua. You cannot. You can't make the he wasn't ready excuse. He was 100% excuse. Because if Anthony Joshua was to win that fight, you'll be using that same shit. Oh, he had a panic attack. Oh, he had the flu. Oh, he had a concussion. And he still went there and won. Then there wouldn't be an excuse. Then everything would be A-okay, and you'll be using that to make Anthony Joshua look so bigger than what he is. Right? But if we keep it to the facts, of boxing and all that stuff, we keep it to what it is. We keep that loss for what it is. We keep that performance of Anthony Joshua for what it is. We keep the performance of Andrew Ruiz for what it is. Kurt Sugar said it best. He always tells folks, this is heavyweight boxing. This is boxing. Funny shit happens. And funny shit happened to happen. But it's not funny when your ass is on the other side, right? It ain't funny then. It ain't funny. I actually broke this one in half. So it ain't funny when your ass, just in case y'all out there and y'all just getting in. I'm gonna take y'all with me real quick because I want to make sure that people in the chat, I can hear them real quick. So I'm gonna walk to the room real quick, click some buttons. Right? Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's click on this. Got to burp a little bit. Okay. Don't mind me. I've been drinking my specialty, my Guinness. Don't mind me, fellas. All right. We in here. That's fine. All right, cool. Anybody in there? Let's send these links out again, just in case somebody want to get on. L. Send one to L. I sent one to them already. L. Zip. Alex. Laws. And then start with B. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. All right, let's go back to the kitchen real quick. so he can cook. You know, I mean, this fight, we could say all kind of things about Anthony Joshua right now, right? We can say all kind of things about this motherfucker, right? And some people would be like, oh, I don't like how the way you guys is conducting yourselves is not as classless and this and that and the third. But look, let me tell you something. Which more is classless? A promoter mispromoting around here, or a fighter laughing at the loss of another fighter because of the way he was treated by that fighter and his promoter? See, because Deontay Wilder had, you know, a means of private communication with Anthony Joshua, right? He did have that at one point, right? At one point he had that, right? But what happened with that? What happened with that was Anthony Joshua giving all the messages to Edward Hearn and sitting back laughing at it, saying, oh, look at this guy, blah, blah, whoop de whoop whoop, ha, 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 ha. We on top. We on top of the world. Look at this dude. He only getting X amount of dollars per month. Per fight. He ain't selling out arenas. He only got one belt. Blah, blah, whoop de whoop, ha, 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 right? But all that ha, 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 rah, 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 rah shit came back and bit Matchroom Boxing in the ass. And now look at him. Now look at him. Now they stuck like Chuck. Ain't even talk about no Deontay Wilder. Ain't even talk about no nothing. And the real funny thing about it is, even Dillian White. See, Dillian White wasn't even talking about having a rematch with Anthony Joshua. This whole time he's been talking about getting a fight with Deontay Wilder. Now all of a sudden Dillian White comes out and say he want to fight with Anthony Joshua. Why is that? Oh, hey, why is that? It's because finally you see a kink in Superman's armor, but you didn't see no kinks in Deontay Wilder's armor. See, the thing about it is that everybody want to talk about this technical boxer shit. Being the best technical boxer does not mean you're going to win that day. Being the best technical boxer don't mean you're going to be the best boxer out of your year group. It does not mean that. It doesn't mean that. There's been a lot of boxers out there that's been technical throughout the years. There's been a lot of them. There's been a lot of good ones. But how do you fare well against your opponent? Can you get in the ring and figure out how to beat your opponent when things don't go your way? Can your trainer help you? I.e., Rob, let's not get it cracking McCracken. Can he help you? Can you, if your trainer says, hey, man, we got to switch it up and do this, blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. Can you, as a fighter, sit there and say, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, blah, blah, woo, 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 let the trainer say, and do it? Can you switch up and do it? Can you do what the trainer tell you to do? A lot of fighters can't do that. Can't do that. And the reason why they can't do it is because they can't figure it out. They can't figure it out. Can you figure it out in the ring? Obviously, Anthony Joshua couldn't figure out a ring. He couldn't figure out why he shouldn't let a shorter fighter get in the inside. And then people want to be like, oh, well, Anthony Joshua said in his corner, why do I feel like this? You feel like that because you got hit upside the fucking head. You got boxed upside the head. That's the reason why you did. The motherfucker was fucking you up. And I don't want to hear no excuses like he had the flu, he had this, he had that, and the third. You got in the ring. People was betting on you to win. They didn't know what your condition was and what was going on, blah, 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 with you. Only thing they know is that they betted on you, that you was healthy, that when everything, everybody in the ring was the way it was going to go down, it was a fair playing. It was a fair playing field. And you trying to make it seem like it's people out there trying to make it seem like it wasn't a fair playing field. But I didn't see where was y'all at when the whole psychology shit was going down. Where was y'all at then? Like I said, even if that was the case, the psychology and all that stuff, what was the spread for that? Oh, if you bet it head up, $50 with certain, not all bookies had it like this. With certain, some of them, you get $450. You get $450 from $50. So didn't nobody take that into account before the fight? Because people had it in their head that Anthony Joshua, mentally wise, was strong enough to get in the ring and overcome that. Right? He should have been mentally strong to overcome that. i.e., knocking down Andy Ruiz in the fight. He did that. Did he not? He did that, did he not? And the reason why he didn't put Andy Ruiz out is because that's how Anthony Joshua fights. He'll knock you down or he'll stun you. And then he'll sit there, throw a couple punches to see if you're ready to go. Look at all of his fights. That's what he'll do. Now, some people say with Klitschko, he did it different, blah, 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 woo. Because he knew, after taking all that punishment from Klitschko, getting knocked down by Klitschko, seeing that Klitschko was tired, he had no choice but to keep the heat on. Because he had a reason. And the reason was to prove himself to the world. In this fight with Andy Ruiz, to him, he had nothing to prove to nobody. He had nothing to prove to nobody. That's how he went in the ring. He had nobody, he had no motivation. Because the reason why I said it, because when people are mentally weak, when people are having mental problems and stuff like that, the thing that keeps them going, in my opinion, is either something they have to prove, something they have to accomplish. Something they have to prove or something they have to accomplish. They still have something. right? But did what did Anthony Joshua put it like this? If you say Anthony Joshua has something to prove that day, what was it? Explain that to me. He was walking into a fight and everybody had him winning. Madison Square Garden, right? And he lost. Edward Hearn tried to make Anthony Joshua's debut so big that it would be a night to remember. And now it's only a night to remember because the United States has its first Mexican heavyweight champion. Not because he won, Anthony Joshua won. Not because it did X amount of whatever at the gate on pre-sale. Because of what I just said. And I think that really affected Anthony Joshua. Give me 1 second, folks. I'll be right back at this. Check this chat first. Hey, Mark and Joe, man, what's up, man? I mean, Will and Joe. Hey, y'all, what's up, man? Hey, let me use the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna get right back with y'all, okay? All right, I'm back. So, look, well, everything I said, man, look, people can talk. You can say whatever you want to about Anthony Joshua and this and the third. We all can, right? We all can do that. But look, let's be real. He can come back from this. But the whole thing is that how would he do it? How would Anthony Joshua, after that night on Saturday, how will he come back and beat a man that Edward Hearn made? How can he do that? If I was Anthony Joshua, what I would do is I would look real hard at what I have accomplished in my career and where I can take my family before anything, because I will be looking at everything, and everybody that means the most to me. That's what I'll be looking at. I won't be looking at the rest. I won't be looking at the other bullshit. What means the most to you? Does being undisputed means the most to you? Be beating Anna Reeves means the most to you? The man that whooped you in front of your daddy and your family and all that stuff? Like, what would mean the most to you? Right? Going to Dubai and shit, hanging out, and stuff like that with people that still oppressed, that people that has the same skin tone as you. Fucking weirdo. Right? What would you do? Well, what I would do if I was Anthony Joshua, if Rob, let's not get it McCracken, if he's really the one indeed that talked me out of the Deontay Wilder fight, I'm gonna have some words with him. I'm seriously gonna have some words with him, because I want to figure out why did he try to persuade me out the fight, like he said my trainer is the one that told me you deserve it to have it in UK. Because I want to know, was that his words or somebody else's word? And then not only that, what I would do is I would be like, hold on, homie. Why does all the boxers in the UK, majority of them, fight a certain way? Not all of them, but you know, you think about Daniel and Joe Joyce. Why do we all fight a certain way? Right? That all the great trainers out there in the world know how to defeat you because you fight in a robotic way. Right? Hey, y'all in the chat, man. Let me get these last couple pieces of shrimp. Then I'm going to go to the room. I'm going to check the chat and read it out. Just give me a couple seconds, okay? Let me get these last couple pieces of shrimp. That's what he did. That was the words of Anthony Joshua. That's what he said. Right? Yep, that's what he said. He said his trainer got him up out of the fight. So, if I was Anthony Joshua, I would probably leave Matchroom Boxing. If I was Anthony Joshua, I would probably get a new trainer. Or if you want to keep the same trainer, I would bring somebody else in. And if I was Rob, let's not get it McCracken. I wouldn't feel nothing bad about it. My job is to train fighters. That's it. It's my job. Now, you could probably be like, oh, shit. He's bringing another person like I don't know how to do my fucking job, right? Like, Anthony Joshua could be like, Rob, let's not get it cracked. Could be like, oh, Anthony Joshua is bringing in other people like I don't know how to do my job, right? Look, dude, it ain't about you. It's about the fighter, right? Ain't about you. It's about the fighter, right? Just make sure I got all the shells off real quick. Watch these holes real quick. Make sure I got all the shells. Right? Feel around. Make sure you got them all. Wash them a little bit. Because you know they shrimp, so when shrimp die, they release something. Release the enzyme. So you just swish them around a little bit. Try to get that shit up out of them. Doo-doo. Leftover doo-doo and shit. And that's it. You got you a good meal. Right? You got you a good old meal. Almost done. Almost done watching. One more time. One more time. Yep, a little bit more. We almost done here. Okay. All right. Squeeze them out a little bit. Get some of that water off. All right. There we go. All right. I'm gonna leave here. Let me go see what y'all saying in the chat real quick. Take y'all with me though, so I can see it. All right. Got y'all in the other room. I ain't got my other device, so. All right, what we got here? We got Will, old school art. He said, so what did it do? So what do you think about the rumors that AJ got knocked out 8 days before the fight? It probably did happen. He probably did get knocked out. I mean, obviously he had that shit on his face. I don't know if that was 8 days out, but he had some shit on his face, right? So it probably did happen, but that shit like it happened with some fists. Will also goes to say that, and the fact that AJ's dad was trying to attack Lion Eddie Germ kind of makes me wonder if he wanted AJ to back out of the fight. It makes a lot of people wonder if AJ wanted to back out of the fight. It makes a lot of people wonder. But the thing about it is, Natural Boxing, they're keeping it inconclusive and not saying anything because they know if they say something, they might be able to be liable for something. Because remember, Pacquiao came out and said that his shoulder was hurting. People trying to sue, right? Main Event Mark said, I think AJ done. He might be, bro. He might be. And he might be. Joe 56984 said, if Wilder and Ruiz, that would be having his funeral. Yeah. If that was Wilder, he would have been fucked. They would have stopped that fight. Main Event Mark said, I don't see how he doesn't have the fighters mentally. I don't see how he has. I'm just gonna say this out this comment because I can't really understand what you were saying, but I don't know how he was fucked up mentally. He had everything. And I guess having everything wasn't enough like it usually is. Main Event Mark says he seems miserable as a prize fighter. Listen to him talk. Like, he walk around like and talk like nobody really likes him as a person. You know? You don't see nobody talking about, I'm friends with Anthony Joshua. I haven't seen that. Anyways, Brown on Brown Boxer said he didn't want to fight Wilder. Nah, he didn't want to. Nope, he didn't want it. Yep. Main Event Mark said predictable. Brown on Brown Boxer said AJ has been protected so much it's going to be hard for him to come back from this defeat. It might be. We're gonna get on that in a minute. Ronald Finkel said, what's popping? Hey, man, ain't nothing popping. I'm in the kitchen. I'm cooking right now. So I'm going back and forth to the room to my phone. Ronald Finkel said, salute. Main Event Mark said, Brown on Brown Boxing. That's what I'm thinking. Ron, salute. Hey, if any of y'all want to get on, I'll post a link in the chat if y'all want to get on. There you go. I'm going to go back to the kitchen and get on this. But yeah, so Anthony Joshua bouncing back from this, right? Anthony Joshua bouncing back from this, I think is totally possible. Many of fighters out there have came back from losses, L's. But the thing about it is, a lot of the fighters out there, we haven't heard, over the course of boxing being around, we haven't heard a lot of the excuses and reasonings behind why fighters have lost fights. We haven't heard a lot of that. All of it, should I say. All of it. See what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that I don't think Anthony Joshua was the first fighter to get a shrink and hold a belt, or get a shrink and then hold a belt. I don't think he is. I don't think having to get a psychologist makes you weak. I don't think that. What I think makes you weak is that when you have a problem and you don't do what needs to be done to correct that problem, or you're too ashamed to go out there and see a shrink. See what I'm saying? Then I think that's when you're weak or mentally weak, because you don't want to go out there and do what needs to be done. See what I'm saying? You don't want to go out there and do what needs to be done. You know, as an adult, to go seek help. You know what I'm saying? So as an adult, what you should do is, if you're in the predicament that AJ was in, i.e., having to go out there and seek mental health and stuff like that, I don't think that's a bad thing. What I think is a bad thing is when, oh, these are up there a little bit too long. So can't use those. Can't use no onions. Right? Yeah, that's what I knew. I should have bought some yesterday too. I was like, now we got some onions at the crib. Obviously, we had some onions at the crib, right? We had some onions, right? So, no, I don't have everything to make this curry shrimp like I wanted to, but that's just what I'm gonna have to deal with, right? So when you don't have everything that you don't have, when you go into the ring and you don't have everything like it should have it, you gotta learn how to improvise, right? You gotta learn how to improvise. Because you don't know how to improvise, you will lose, right? No? I mean, I think Joshua lost. He didn't know how to deal with adversity. He didn't know how to improvise. None of that shit, right? So the nigga got in there, he lost. Right? You gotta deal with the cards that's given to you, man. You're not gonna have a full house and all that shit in every single fucking hand. You gotta go with what you know, stuff like that. Right? All right, green onions now. So we're just gonna peel them back. Just like that. A little rinse. Put these hoes in last. So since we don't have no onions like I wanted, I'm gonna use some green onions, right? Like normal, in conjunction with the regular onions. What I'm gonna do is just use some I think I have some dried onions in a thing. But do I think that's really gonna work out? Nah. Curry shrimp, we're gonna use this little wok thingy, right? This is what we're gonna use. All right. I cooked yesterday, so if I show the food as I cooked yesterday, I don't want to really. I'm not even gonna finish grilling. I'm not really gonna clean the stove. I'm just gonna wipe it down a little bit. I just don't want it to look all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's not fucked up anyway. I just don't want it to look dirty. So if you see a speck here and there, don't mind that. Right? You see how a lot of y'all kitchens look out there. Right. See? That's how fast it took me to clean my stove, right? All right. So what we're gonna do is a little bit of garlic, right? You're gonna start off with the garlic and a couple other things, right? So we'll start with the garlic. I don't need too much. Just a little bit, right? With the garlic. Some thyme, right? Some thyme. A little bit in there. Right? A little bit in there. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to where is it? Pimento seed. A couple of them in there. You know, you can eat those if you want to, but just for flavoring, I normally spit it out. And this right here, curry. So that's what we're gonna start off with. Put as much as you want to, right? Start off with that. That's what I'm starting off with, right? Oh, no more olive oil, right? So we ran out of olive oil. So we're just gonna use the regular thing. So put some of that in there, right? Put some of that in there. Okay. All right. What we're gonna do next? Turn on the stove. Oh, forgot I got the stove wet. All right, there we go. Fucked around, got the stove wet. So what we're gonna do next? Put that on the stove. Let that cook a bit, right? Oh, y'all got one of these, huh? You gotta have one of these. You real chef? You gotta have one of these. Meat cleaver. All right, hold up. You know what? Let me go check the chat real quick. Because you want the curry, the pimento seed, and all that stuff to open up. So let me see what we got here. Hey, Hope. Hey, man. Hey, you want to? The link is in the chat if you want to get on. Yeah, I'm gonna cook some curry shit. There it is. There's the link. Let's see what we got here. Brown on Brown Boxing said lack of activity is something that I've been dying. He said I've been dying about. AJ, he became a champion, but he was still in the prospect stage of his career. You know what? AJ needed to be fighting 3 or 4 times a year. We're gonna get to that, Brown on Brown Boxing. I'm gonna try to remember that when I get back to the kitchen. Prospect, okay. Prospect, Anthony Joshua prospect. Okay, remember that. Yeah, main event mark, that's true. Ronald Figure said AJ definitely has been not active enough. He been fighting bumps. Yes, he has. Coach Bradley said Brown about boxing real talk. Coach Bradley said what he cooking? Yep. Yo, what's up? Who that? Whatever. Hey, if you gonna get on the panel, man, no announce yourself, man. Brown Boxing said, "Hey, Battle, what's up?"
Nothing much. How's it going, Michael John?
Oh, not much. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, we good. All right, I gotta go to the kitchen real quick. Let me see this link to Hope real quick because I gotta make sure I don't burn that curry. Hey man, so hey Battle, what you think about the fight, man?
It was very entertaining, man. We had a blast watching it. Me and my brother was watching it, and not expecting that knockout at all. When I say it was one of the funniest fights I've ever seen, just for the simple fact of how surprised AJ looked when Ruiz knocked him down 3 more times. Man, that was definitely a good laugh. It was more funny. Well, I wouldn't say it was more funny. It was almost as funny as Wilder knocking out Breezehill. But man, this was funny, man. This was just like because it was so unexpected and whatnot. So I thought it was a good fight, man. Andy Ruiz did his thing. I'm proud of him, man. First Mexican heavyweight champion.
Yeah, I was surprised too because Hope was on the channel when I was as he had to move the curry because I didn't want to burn it. Get it off the stove real quick. Hope was on the channel when I betted that $50 on Andy Ruiz. There you go. What's up, Hope?
What's happening?
Not much, man. Cooking this curry shrimp.
Hey, we was freaking out about that fight, bro.
Yeah, I thought you were playing.
I was mad.
It was a good fight though because
I'm still in shock a little bit.
Oh man, he was fucking up AJ. That nigga didn't know what to do.
Like I said, I had my boxing coach over here watching it with me. Me and him both was like, "What?" Man, I damn near woke my kids up, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just making this curry shrimp, man. I don't even have all the. I have everything but onion. So.
You had onion?
Yeah, can you check it out?
It's good.
Man, picking it up, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I grabbed that Kroger rub you was talking about.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit was good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. I've been trying to tell folks about that Kroger's rub. It's not bad.
Hey.
But like I was trying to tell old boy, it's kind of loud in here. I can't really hear y'all, but like I was trying to tell old boy, like I bet it $50 on the chat online before the fight even happened.
Yup.
And you had me. I was like, damn, I lost my $50. You know, and I thought you was playing around with when you were saying that how's that look now? Does that look good now?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I thought you was playing when you had said that. And I was like, oh man. So I had to fuck around because I couldn't get a good leak. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to fuck around getting the zone. Because it was like almost they were sending some type of denial of service to the website so we couldn't see exactly what was going on those links. Because it kept cutting in and cutting out. So I was like, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and buy this. Boy, you had me happy than a motherfucker.
Oh, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, it was. It was, man. I was, I don't, and the thing about it was like, I already watched a few of Andy Ruiz's fights. And I watched that last Andy Ruiz fight, and I was like, damn, this fat motherfucker can move a little bit. But I was hoping that, but in the back of my head, I was like, damn, man, maybe if he just moved his head a little bit more and stuff like that. But the thing about it was, he was moving his head. It was just subtle.
Yeah, he was parrying. He was doing more parrying than anything.
Yeah,
Well,
it was
against
just
AJ.
subtle.
Yeah, he was catching AJ's jab, going to the body, jabbing and going to the body. Shit, he hit AJ in the body, so AJ damn near buckled over.
Yeah. And that was one of the things that I was talking about because Joseph Parker hit him and damn near crumbled him like it was a like Soda Pop Pipsky and Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yep.
And so, I thought it was a good fight. I just, it's just all the excuses that come later. That's the thing that gets everybody. All the excuses that come. All the excuses that come later.
Well, I was in disbelief. I'm still in a little bit of disbelief. I have to watch the fight again. I watched it again yesterday, and I was like, man, maybe I was dreaming.
Yeah.
Let me see this shit again.
I need some heat in here. I need some heat.
I heard.
Huh?
I heard. Who was I watching? Was it Ego? I think it was Ego. He was doing the live. He said he knew somebody that bet that had a bet and won like 10 stacks off of the fight.
Who had betted 10 stacks?
No, they bet. I don't know how much they bet. I think they bet like 1,000 and they got like 10 stacks back.
Man, if somebody did that,
something like.
I'm not mad at him.
Motherfuckers got paid, and I thought about when you was talking about betting, I was like, you know what? I should go ahead and bet too. Like,
hey, that would have been a game. That would have the bookie would have been broke then.
On the real.
That motherfucker would have been. He'd have been like, damn. I didn't think all these motherfuckers was gonna bet for this dude. Damn. I know somebody broke, man. Somebody gotta be.
Yeah. Oh, there's some bookies that actually there's gonna be some bookies that owe customers some money right now.
Yeah.
I can guarantee it.
That right there was just too good to be true. But the thing about it is that you can also tell that how many people that was going for Andy Ruiz. You can tell how many people was going for Andy Ruiz at the time that you betted.
Yeah.
Because they always gonna play the spread anyways. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell who was gonna bet, who was betting on Andy Ruiz or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it wasn't that many people when I bet it, because for $50 to give you $450, nah.
Yeah. Motherfuckers lost they lost a lot of money Saturday.
Man.
So what you think? So what you think about the news talking about he got knocked out during sparring and all that shit?
I mean, like put it like this, Hope. You remember when he had that shiner on his face?
Yeah.
I don't think that was gloves. I think somebody just knocked his ass out with some fists.
Man,
I think somebody put them things on him. Because I know a glove can do that, like the way his face was looking, but it looked like somebody put them things on him. You know? And yeah, I think that nigga was talking shit, and somebody put it on him. Somebody hit him a few times. That don't mean he was knocked out though. But somebody put them bees on him.
Yeah, it's all right now. It's all speculation. They're all saying he was knocked out and this and that. But
Yeah, but check this out though. Let's say, for instance, right? Anthony Joshua wasn't knocked out, or Anthony Joshua didn't have a nervous breakdown.
I think it looked worse.
Let's just say, for instance,
I think having
not
all
true.
the issues. I think
Let's just
having
say-
the issues
Go ahead. I'm
is
sorry.
worse. I think having the issues is worse. If he
Oh,
had
he
a,
had
if he had a,
something.
yeah,
Oh yeah, something. How to look now? How to look now?
that was good. Kind of fire down a little bit.
I'm just not eating with no rice, man, because my old lady out of town, and I'm kind of trying to. I'm gonna slide from the carbs until she get back. I'm sliding from them hoes, man. I'm running. I can't. Man, and then she be like, "Oh, you didn't eat all your rice." I'm like, "Oh God!" Like, I'm sliding. I'm trying to hold out on the carbs until she get back. But back to Anthony Joshua. What you saying?
I said you said I'm cutting right now. I'm trying to cut.
Yeah, man. So much carbs, man. My stomach was getting bigger and shit, man. I gotta slow down. Them Nigerians, man, the real Nigerians, not the Anthony Joshuas. The real Nigerians, they be eating too much rice, man. Rice with everything. God damn. I be like, shit. You want fufu and rice? Like, goddamn. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Nah.
Man, Asians are like that too. My stepmother, she's Laos. She's Laotian. She's from Thailand. Bro,
Yeah.
rice, noodles, egg
You see what I'm
roll.
saying, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, let you not eat all your rice.
And the motherfuckers eat, boy. They eat all day, bro.
Yeah, mine too. She be like, "Oh, I'm not hungry." I'm like, "Yeah, okay. You're not hungry. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay. You're not hungry, huh? Yeah, you're not. It's not like she ain't hungry. She just don't want to. She knows she got to get her ass in there to cook to have what she want to eat. That's why she ain't hungry.
Man, I want to do
Something.
Hey, do the Nigerians cook a whole bunch at one time too?
Yeah. So like
Oh,
when my old lady cook, right? If we eating goat, most of the time she'd cook it for like a whole week.
damn.
So we have a whole pot of goat, a whole pot of rice, and a couple of other things. You know what I'm saying? And then we eat the whole damn shit we eat that just for like at work, and then snacks at home, and then she still cook.
Yeah. Then my
You like
stepmom,
goat, Michael
like
Johnson?
that too.
Yeah, I be eating goat. We be eating goat all the time. Yeah, we go to Detroit.
It was never one of my best ones. It's a little too hard for me.
Nah, that man, the way we cook it, man, ain't nothing hard about it. Ain't nothing tough. Ain't nothing. You're gonna be like,
No.
damn. You're gonna be like, damn. You ain't gonna taste nothing but, and don't even taste. You ain't gonna taste no funkiness because where we go to the Berry and Sons in Detroit, and them goats ain't old. They ain't old, so you ain't gonna get that taste.
Right.
Man,
Yeah, I
even
went
Mark said,
to.
I'm fat as hell. No, you ain't. I see you fat as hell, bro. I see you fat as hell. Yeah, seen that before. But
So what you think about Harrison pulling out the fight, man? What you think about that?
who?
Tony Harrison, he pulled out the fight. He's injured.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Where?
Today. The news broke today.
What?
That shit broke this. Yeah, it broke this morning.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard he pulled out was because he wanted to fight in Detroit, and they wasn't about to prepare to do that. They wanted in Las Vegas.
hold up. He pulled out the fight.
Yep. They say undisclosed injury. The injury is not disclosed.
That motherfucker ain't hurt.
I don't think he
I
is.
want to see his doctor's note.
Right.
I want to see his doctor's note.
Oh, Charlo went in on Instagram. He mad as hell.
No, because okay, let's say for instance he pulled out and it's legitimate, right?
That's fine, but I need to see. We need to know. We need to know if it's legit. Because apparently he has to have surgery 3 weeks before the fight. Apparently he has to have surgery, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Surgery?
Some. You trying to tell me you just now finding out you need surgery right now?
Yeah.
Something don't sound right.
Yeah, it ain't.
This is just disappointing, man.
It really is.
This fight and everything.
I was looking forward to that fight.
Yeah, me too. I was definitely looking forward to it, man. And suddenly this happened. I heard it was something else, though. I heard it was because Tony Harrison didn't want to fight in Vegas, but maybe I heard it wrong.
But I mean, Tony Harrison ain't got no look. Tony Harrison don't have no choice where the fuck he fight. He don't have no fucking choice. Who that? Oh, what's up, Ron?
Yo, what's good, yo? What
What
y'all
up,
up to?
Ron?
How you doing, Hope Bradley? How you be, bro?
Man, tired as hell, bro.
Ooh, I got another one. Ooh, I found another one. Woo!
What's this nigga cooking, bro? That shit look good as a motherfucker. I
Oh,
know
curry shrimp.
that. Oh shit. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
I remember, like, listen how I met my old lady. I met my old lady at a Jamaican restaurant, right?
Oh,
And so I knew the owner too. So I used to go to the Jamaican restaurant and I used to be able to go in the kitchen. Man, let me tell you something, man. He'd be like, what the fuck you doing in here? You stealing again? I was like, man, that shit, I couldn't help it. I used to always be in the kitchen stealing food. I used to walk back in the kitchen in the Jamaican restaurant and make my own goddamn plate.
Yeah, I feel you in that shit. I used to prep cook, yo. That's how it is. You call me, you just chop shit up when you work in the kitchen already.
Yeah, what do they expect you to do? Like, smell all that food, not taste nothing?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I get the brown stew chicken when I go to the Caribbean
This
place.
is how I be open. This is how I be opening my drinks.
Oh shit.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, yo? You drink that
So,
good shit?
so what Charlo? What else they say about Charlo? He just hopped out the fight, undisclosed
Nah,
reason. That's it?
the fight's
It was
completely off.
Harrison.
Harrison pulled out. The fight's completely off. Rigondeaux's fight is now the main card.
Wow.
Yep.
This is disappointing, man.
Wow. He hoping that Charlo lose.
Salute, Battle Rifle. How you be, bro? Just wanted to say hi, bro.
What up, Ronald Finkley? How's it going?
All good, bro.
Yeah, haven't talked to you in a while, man.
Continue. My bad, Michael Johnson. You know me. I just like to say what's up to people.
Nah, if you want to get on, man, you ain't got to pay, man. If I put the link out there, you hop in, man. You hop in. And I was looking for you anyways, man. So ain't no my bad and stuff like that. It's a reason you on here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, we gonna talk. I was just saying, like, you know me, I gotta say what's up to motherfuckers when I see them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, do your thing. Y'all can do y'all thing. Y'all want to talk. I ain't mad at it.
Yo, this weekend was crazy. Y'all went fishing, yo. Instagram was popping off like a goddamn, like I was not catching no fish or some shit. That shit was crazy. Like how the fight was going. AJ got them paws pulled on him. I watched the fight, what was it, yesterday morning? Yesterday morning, yo. This dude got his ass whooped by a Mexican, bro. That Mexican put them paws on him, man. That shit was lit.
That shit was crazy.
It was weird as
Man.
shit, Hope Bradley. Like, you notice how weird that shit was?
When I say I was laughing too hard because AJ had this look on his face like, I can't believe I just got knocked down by this dude. Man, when I say I was laughing, and he was struggling to get back to his corner. He was falling over his own two. I was dying.
Yeah, Battle Rifle. That shit
Yeah, he got fucked up.
Yo, like the first knockdown, the first knockdown, I was laughing my ass off too. I was like, yo,
Bro, like, because he hurt Ruiz, and then Ruiz hurt him just like a second later, and I was like, oh,
right.
Yo,
oh my, he hit him in the ear.
Oh, yeah.
He hit him right on the top of that ear, that equilibrium shot, and then AJ did a little dance, and then he fell down.
Yo, we need a moderator in this motherfucker, yo, because we're gonna all be talking like I can tell we're gonna be talking over each other, yo, because we all want to tell that shit how it went, yo.
Go ahead, Ronald.
I'm just saying, like, we need a moderator. Like, we need somebody who kind of like can keep us from talking
Not
over.
you know what I mean, man. Just if you know you're talking over somebody, man, just figure it out, man. It's like it's not like we arguing or anything like that. So
Yeah, I need to work on it then. I'm
you know what I'm saying? And just be easy with it.
We don't need a fucking moderator. Fuck it. We just need to like you said, figure it out.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you, man, when I looked at when I really think about it, like I looked at how like Deontay Wilder responded to that shit. That shit made me think he was like kind of like, damn, at least somebody got to fucking put their hands on him. You know what I mean? He was kind of respecting what the dude did because he'd been trying to fight the motherfucker for 2.5 years. You know what I mean? Like he just kind of like, damn, at least somebody got to put their fucking hands on his ass. And that's why I think Deontay Wilder respected him so much. Like, well, not respected him. Well, he respected him, of course. So it was like, damn, like, man, congratulations. And I respected that because all that shit that Deontay Wilder took to fucking get to try to fight this dude, and now here come another dude just came and filled in and took this nigga's belts. That's just some real shit right there, bro.
Yeah.
It don't get no realer than that. It don't get no realer than that, yo. He got the easy path. Deontay Wilder had to take the long, hard-ass path, take all this bullshit from all these fuck boys out here, and then look what the fuck happened. You see what I'm saying? So I can appreciate the excitement from Deontay Wilder because of that. You see what I'm saying?
So check this out. So what you just said, like the real funny thing about it is that I ain't even gonna worry about that. You know, I got the TV on top of the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know my old lady be putting in work. So when you think about, you know, AJ not getting the Wilder fight, you got to also say that AJ never got the Tyson Fury fight because AJ had the opportunity to take Tyson Fury off of Deontay Wilder's table and to leave Deontay Wilder with nobody to fight out there, right?
Yeah.
He had that opportunity and he didn't do it because he didn't want to offer Fury 50-50. Because they offered Tyson Fury, they offered him 40-60, and Tyson Fury was like, no, I want 50-50. They had the opportunity to take him off the table, but they didn't do it because they didn't want the fight. They want the fight. They wanted, at that time, they wanted marination, and then at the same time is they wanted to make themselves look good up over here first. But now when you take all that stuff they've been doing and stuff like that, now look at the excuses that people are putting out there is that AJ is still a fucking prospect.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If you're a prospect with 3 belts, why the fuck you have 3 belts then? Get them niggas up.
It's crazy. He got
Don't be a prospect.
I wonder where Ruiz is now that he beat him.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
That's a good question.
Exactly. Right there. What is Ruiz now that yeah, exactly. He's right. What is Ruiz now? Because you ain't calling Ruiz no prospect.
It was just 2 prospects trying to find out where they wanted to be in boxing.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Because of the power and the speed, Deontay Wilder is basically he's a super champion because those dudes are C-level to me, yo. I ain't gonna lie, all of them. I ain't gonna fucking front, yo. All of them. Only motherfucker that can fuck with Wilder is Ortiz. And that's only because, yeah, he had a bad outing the last time. But you know what? That's understandable. The man fought I think he fought twice, back to back. You see what I'm saying? And within 3 or 4 months apart. Am I mistaken, Michael Johnson boxing?
Who?
Ortiz fought remember when he had the last sluggish fight? Yeah,
Ortiz is like one of the Ortiz, he ain't got no choice because nobody wants to fight him. So when the PBC makes a card, he's like, yeah, I take it. Because he has no choice but to stay busy because nobody else wants to fight him out there.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to fight him. And that's the crazy thing about it. Okay, you got Andrew Ruiz fighting Dermachenko. Dermachenko didn't want to fight fucking Ortiz. He on PBC. You
Right.
chose to fight
Mhm.
Andrew Ruiz because you thought you was gonna win, and Andrew Ruiz ended up fucking your ass up, making you quit. So technically, Dermochenko and then Anthony Joshua, we might as well call Andrew Ruiz no mas. Because he made two niggas quit back to back.
Yep, he did.
Made that motherfucker, what was he from? Germany? Russia? Dermochenko? What is that?
I think he's
Deverchenko, I think he's is he
I think
Ukrainian? Maybe not.
Ukrainian,
Hold on,
yeah.
let me check.
I think he's Ukrainian.
He came all the way over here and got his ass whooped. He didn't win one round. And everybody looked at a poor little old Andrew Ruiz is like, this nigga can't box. He fat and blah, blah, blah. He didn't look like he had no stamina issues. He kept coming. He kept hitting them. But the thing what I noticed was that Dermochenko was able to land a certain shot that Deontay Wilder is famous for. He
Yep.
just didn't have no power.
You don't hear this phone call, do you?
Nigga was big for no reason.
I don't see why people always just keep making these comparisons. Like Andy Ruiz is a chump. If we're looking at the top boxers in heavyweight, they all got pretty much a beer gut. If you think about it, like maybe not so much in everybody's case, but Ortiz has like sort of a gut. You have Tyson Fury that has sort of a gut. You have Jarrell Miller. I still think that he had potential before the PEDs, but he was 314 pounds his last fight. So that shouldn't be so much of the deterrent that this person cannot fight, because you look at the other fighters, they all have like little guts on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are correct, my friend. You are correct. Having a gut or looking out of shape.
I can't hear you.
Looking out of shape. Looking at it, like I try to tell folks with Mikey Garcia, with Mikey Garcia, I was like, it don't matter how you look. How you look is the first. That's the eye test. Can you fight? There's one thing about Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee told everybody this was that the only reason why I look cut up in my movies is for theatricals. It's because it looks good on film. But in the real fight, you don't want to be like cut up like this, because it fucks up with your fast twitch muscles. If you want to be the fastest, you want to last, and you want to do all this, you can't be cut up like that. You can't be walking around 4%, 5%, 10% body fat. You can't. You can't.
Man.
Say again?
No, I was speaking out loud. But now that you mentioned it, I remember, man, what fight was that? I think it was a Floyd Mayweather and McGregor fight. Floyd, you know how Floyd during the weigh-in, he looked all cut up and everything, right?
Yeah.
And then when he filled out, and he hydrated, he looked a little bubbly in the stomach. Oh, who was it?
But
I'm trying to remember who.
It's not healthy.
But I just remember. I think it was Lennox. I don't remember what fighter was covering the. It was a boxer that was covering the fight, and I just remember him saying, you don't, you want that extra padding right there. You don't want to be having a 6 and 8 pack in a fight, because it's not really going to protect you that well.
That too. No, it ain't. One thing I noticed is like, what I was told was, if you ever go up against somebody that's cut up, the best thing to do is to hit them, to punch them in their pecs, or to hit them in their arms. But a solid object like your fist is solid, without no gloves, is solid. Hit them in there, because when you do that, it's gonna slow them down. They ain't gonna be able to punch like they want to. Not only that is you can cause them to pull a muscle. Like you notice how when you You
Make 'em
flex your
cramp
muscles
up.
before you take a punch. Then motherfucker
Yeah.
really hit you hard. That shit still gonna fucking. It's still gonna move.
Yeah.
You might end up hurting yourself. But anyways, like somebody, Andrew Ruiz, man. Joseph Parker's not the cuttest person either.
Nope.
There's a lot of them out there that's not
Dillian
cut up.
White.
Andrew Dillian White is not cut up either.
Dillian White. You got Adam Konecki.
Yeah.
You
Fury.
got
Fury. Fury's
yeah,
the best.
Fury. Yeah,
Oh,
Fury.
man.
Jarrell Miller.
Yeah.
You got what's the guy? The Polish guy. I forget his name.
Adam
You
Konecki.
got
Adam Konecki, and then you got Nathan Gorman.
You got Walk. Yep, you got Walk.
Yeah.
And
Maurice. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Them him too. So like, cause like you remember Ip Man 3, right? With Twister.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Twister, like I think he died. He was like I think he was a stuntman or something. Now I don't deny like his ability to like maybe fight. He probably was a good fighter, but I was just looking at this fight like this guy is extremely fast for somebody this cut up. So I was looking at the fight and I'm like, I get it. The guy is big, but like this guy is extremely fast, and it kind of it's camera tricks, but I kind of felt like he was a little too buff because when you look at most of those fighters, they'll even admit to you that they wasn't that big before they got on screen, even if they was like sort of chubby. They admit they was.
Check this out, man. True story. So y'all know who Michael J. White is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember when Michael J. White was in Universal Soldier?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
you
course.
Know he had to be rushed to the hospital?
Why is that?
Because that motherfucker thought that motherfucker is a health. He's really a health nut. That motherfucker was, I think it was like 3 or 4% body fat in that movie. And that motherfucker for that movie, he said, I forget what weight he said he was. I think he was 2 something, right?
Yeah. I think he said he's like 210.
And that wasn't even the biggest he ever been. He was just like, that was the cuttest ever been, but that's not the biggest ever been. But it looks like that was the biggest I ever been, but that's not. He was like, but that was really stupid because I ended up having to get rushed to the hospital because I was 3% body fat. And then I ended up getting to the hospital and then like some other shit. And then they had to end up giving me some steroids. And I was like, oh, damn, you give me some steroids. Hold up. And then he said, that's when I found out that all steroids ain't bad. It's just this and the third. And there's thousands of steroids out there. It was like, he almost died.
Yeah.
Hey, well, there's another true story about Michael J. White. The first movie that Michael J. White got his ass whooped in that I can tell you was Toxic Avenger.
Okay.
He was in Toxic Avenger. He didn't
I think I
die.
seen that one.
He was the only one that fought Toxic Avenger and didn't get his head or arm or anything ripped off. He actually ran. He didn't die.
That also like it's carried it off. If you listen to him now, he probably would have turned down a role like that.
No, Toxic Avenger was the hero.
Oh, okay.
Toxic Avenger was the hero. And then he was part of the villain group. And he rolled up and threw a few punches, a couple of kicks, and it didn't work. And he backed up. He's like, oh, hell nah, fuck this. And he ran. I think he was the only one that fought Toxic Avenger and didn't die. And it was like they got like 2 or 3 movies. It's on YouTube. Go and check it out. It's like some low. It's going.
I'm gonna watch that shit tonight.
I see. Okay, in the first one, right? They go in there to rob a diner, right? And the chick is in there is blind. And they walk up to the light, and the black dude walk up to her. It's like, man, I always want me to cornhole a black. I always wanted to cornhole a white chick. And he was like, hey girl, how you doing? You want to meet my friend Ben? She was like, who's that? Bend over. And I was like, man, this shit is stupid as fuck. I was like, this shit right here. This shit. That was a dumbass movie though. But anyways, so what we got coming up next, man? What we got coming up next in the fight world? Was anything going on this weekend?
Yeah, Triple G fight.
Oh, he
Who watching
do?
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Triple G and Steve Rose.
I forgot.
Who watching that?
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
I'm gonna watch it because I want to
It's on
see
the
if I want
zone.
to see Triple G lose.
I doubt that Triple G would just lose to like a no name, even at this stage in career. But unless like it's just unless he's moving up in weight.
I mean, look at Anthony Joshua.
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
I
Never seen
gotta
that
say, this is gonna be another dare, yo. This is gonna be another dare, yo. I'd be surprised if he lose, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause that's Triple
Yeah.
G. We
But
know he
it'd be
got.
bad though. It'd be bad because the zone still want to make that Canelo Triple G too. And then
Yeah.
not only that is it will shorten Canelo's run. So then Canelo is going to have to fight somebody else other than him. Because
Man, Jamal's
who's
ready.
going to fight next anyways?
To my Jamal Charlo.
I said, Canelo? Who's Canelo supposed to fight next? Anybody hear anything?
Well, there's
I forgot.
I think they ordered a mandatory, but I'm not sure if they're going to make him fight. I'm not sure.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I forgot.
You
Oh
see
yeah,
what
he got
I'm saying?
to fight Andretti, yo.
Man, I don't even think they want to do that yet.
Yeah, it's a free belt, yo. He gonna beat Andre's ass, bro.
Well, okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay, if we think about the zone and matchroom boxing and what's next, especially when Anthony Joshua lost to get back they got to get back some steam, which I don't. That's gonna be very hard to get that back unless they want to give Deontay Wilder a real bag instead of a plastic bag.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna have to. Neil's gonna have to fight an American, man.
Who ain't willing to put that little girl in 3K?
You know, I can see that Ruiz versus Wilder fight actually happening soon, yo. I can see them sending some step aside money to Fury and fighting the dude Ruiz.
Fury won't give a fuck. Fury will actually be happy. Fury be happy. Be happy.
Yeah.
Ortiz. The whole thing is Ortiz might be the one that might put up a fight because he was promised before and he got fucked over. You know what I mean?
Well, he kind of did it to himself, though. When you think about it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a boxer and I was coming up, see, the thing about it was if Ortiz was single and he had no kids, he would have denied that step aside money and took that fight. But he had kids and shit like that, so he had no choice. And Edward Herman, all them motherfuckers knew it.
Oh, okay.
When they gave that step aside money, they knew Ortiz needed the money for his kid, and they wasn't gonna give him the money off of good faith. It was gonna be like, hey man, let me give you this money before you get out of Cuba.
Working at bar in the morning.
Who's gonna do that?
If you're a boxer and you're coming up, I feel like the thing is you have to be ready that people are going to like lowball you in every single way. That's why I say boxers really need to know how to promote themselves, because fighting is half the job. Despite how much you train for it, it's half the job. People have to actually want to see you fight, and if they don't want to see you fight, then you're just going to be fighting for pebbles and chump chains and whatnot. So it's important that Ortiz would have been at least a household name, even if he wasn't going to speak English. Like you can make yourself out to be that guy, but I mean, it's really hard. Most people don't know how to promote their fighters anymore. It's ridiculous. It's YouTubers that have more fame than.
He need like a promoter. Like, you know how we promote fighters, but it's like Ortiz, man. I tell you, man, he do need somebody like that's a translator or somebody to kind of keep his name out there and like represent him on different platforms. Like, I don't get this shit. Like how this dude is so good, but he don't have the right people around him, like to help make sure he stay out there. Like, that's just my opinion, because he's such a great fighter. You know?
If you look at Hope, if you talk to Hope, man, it's hard. It's hard because everybody wants a check.
Yeah.
And then if you got a team and stuff like that, everybody wants the gym want to check, the trainer want to check, everybody in your corner want to check. Everybody want to get paid because it's like an investment. It's like a stock market. You invest in
He's
stock.
self-made though. He's self-made because of his skills.
Right.
Like Ortiz don't need no fucking body. Like I don't get it, yo.
No, I'm not just talking about Ortiz, but if you just think about it, Lord, people are sharing the losses and the earnings. So when you win, they're sharing that with you. When you lose, they're sharing that with you. Because that next fight might not come. Or when that next fight come, it might not have that much money. But like I always said, even in America, but especially in the UK, you can't tell me that out of all the people that fight in the heavyweight division between here and the UK, this is all we got. There's guys out there that you won't hear their name until they're 32, 35, damn near 40 years old because nobody want to give them a shot. Because everybody some of these cats is more fixated on building these couple of characters, these couple of fighters, bringing in the right fighters.
See, that's what I like about LDBC. Like, we talk about FA Jog, but we talk about all these fighters who we consider prospects. But who's to really say they prospects? When you think about it, when you match them up with the right motherfucker, that who you do like DeBose, for instance. I think FA Jobber could beat the DeBose, personally. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about who's going to fucking work harder in the fucking ring that night. You see what I'm saying? Like, who's going to have the best moves? Like, I've been watching boxing. If you bend your knee, you throw your jab. If you fucking move at the right angle, miss shots. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really a fucking chess match. Like, and who going to get to the punch first? And you know what I mean? Like, it's simple if they want to make the matches. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I call legendary shit. Is when you put like Jerron English, for instance, if you put him up there with fucking Terrence Crawford, who the fuck you think gonna win? On some real shit. You see what I'm saying? Like,
if I was 200 something pounds, which I'm not, and you put me in the ring with Joe Joyce, fuck him up.
Oh, easy. That nigga slow as fuck, bro.
Fuck him up.
You see what Usyk did to that nigga?
Fuck him up.
I wouldn't be so quick to jump in there with no Joseph Parker, despite all his flaws, man. That dude hit too hard.
Oh yeah, Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker.
Yeah, he's more technical.
Say it again.
I said I wouldn't be so quick in there to jump in there with Joseph Parker, despite all his flaws. He hit too hard.
We talking about Joe Joyce. I don't.
Wait, you said Joseph Parker or Joe Joyce?
Joe Joyce.
Oh, okay. Well, him too.
Nigga, you can see that shit coming a mile away.
That nigga got a nice backflip though.
Amazing.
Especially if I was 6'4". Oh man, how slow you is, man! I just jab you the whole night. I just jab you. He's just too slow. His feet are slow.
Yeah, I seen it.
That motherfucker probably run his 40 is probably like 6 seconds.
Man, tell me about it. Tell me about
that motherfucker looks slow. I don't understand. And everybody he fought that he beat against was like too slow too. And I'm watching it like, is either he fighting the guy that's like way old or they just too slow. They slow just like him, and it's like the battle of the sloths.
So imagine F.A. Jogba. So imagine F.A. Jogba him fighting right now, because F.A. Jogba ain't that fast, but at the same token,
gonna do that though, because F.A. Jogba is fast. But think about F.A. Jogba is the thing. F.A. Jogba pisses me off, and the thing that pisses me off is that I don't even think he's working on his speed.
Yeah.
I don't even think he is.
Well, he was the right motherfucker, though. He was Ronnie Shields, though. He was the right motherfucker, right?
Well, I don't know who he was. It's probably
he was Ronnie Shields.
Because he was PBC, right?
He was Ronnie Shields, yo.
Yeah. But I don't like he working on the speed, because when I see F.A. hit, it's like it be slow, but all of it is effective. It hurt.
I
You see
mean,
what I'm saying?
the thing about F.A. Ajagba is just like if you just look at most of these heavyweights, he probably doesn't need to improve all that much because let's just say if he's just going along the slow way, and just for the quick sake of this argument that most other heavyweights are clocking out, he doesn't need to improve much because if you're taller than most of your competition and you got a decent amount of power and a decent amount of box skills, it can take you a very long way. It just for the simple fact that most fighters can't catch up to you, and they're just too short to actually touch you. So will he lose the Wild? I think so. Will he lose to AJ? Probably. Will he lose to Dillian White? Not really. I'm not sure, but as far as most of the competition, I think he could just beat just for the simple fact that he's just taller. He has a long reach. Most fighters can't overcome height. So
I feel you on that.
I'm gonna tell y'all something about Efe, right? So my wife is Nigerian, right?
Okay.
And I had her
I got a white girl, so I'm different.
oh I ain't mad. I'm not mad at you, homie. But you need to stick with your own kind. You need to stick with your own kind. I'm joking with you.
Nigga, I love that woman, but she drove me crazy.
But you know people be doing that shit, man. You know how people motherfuckers be doing that dumbass shit. But my old lady, right? We was watching F.A. Ajagba fight in the bedroom on the TV, right? We got a 65-inch in the TV, right? And she was like, nah, that motherfucker at least about 35, 36. And I was like, bullshit. And I was on the line with her. So my old lady sent me a screenshot of the group chat of her with her folks in Toledo, right? Her Nigerian friends in Toledo. And then she called her brother back home, and her brother was like, nobody believe that nigga is the age he say he is. So with that being said, everybody believes F.A. Ajagba in Nigeria, and over here, they believe that nigga is at least about 35, 36.
He definitely a big dude, y'all. I can't really tell how old he is. I can't really tell.
That being said, no. The reason why they're saying 35, 36 is because it's easy it was easy. Now they made it harder for you to get a second passport with a different name and manipulate your birth date and stuff like that. Now they made it harder. Right? It's like some of the Nigerians you see over here. If you see a Nigerian, ask them how many passports they have. As a joke. Don't say it like you're serious. Just say, hey man, like where you going? Oh man, I'm going back to Nigeria. It's like, which passport you using? Just say that.
Okay. Oh,
some of them cats, they just don't have one. They just don't have one. And so with that being said, that I'm going with them. I think F.A. is a lot older than what people are saying he is, because Joe Joyce is about 32. Okay. So F.A. is a little bit older. He ain't got that long. F.A. ain't got that long to fight somebody.
Oh.
He ain't got that long to fight somebody that's going to give him some smoke.
That's a real boxing opinion, though, because I ain't gonna lie, because he might look old, but sometimes an old looking motherfucker look young. It can be young, too, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know some old looking young niggas.
I see some old looking white bitches, too. I'm joking with you.
Yo, I'm in a hippie state, yo. These chicks around here could be old as hell, and they still seem young for some reason. It's weird as fuck, yo.
That's how it is.
Especially if they black.
Mm-hmm.
If you see how Angela Bassett look? She's about like her mid-30s, but she's not mid-30s.
Shit. Oh. So if y'all want to watch a movie with your old lady, a Nigerian movie. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. It's called The Road to Yesterday.
Wait, you talking about? Wait, I think I've heard of that. Yeah, you said it's on Netflix.
Yeah,
I think I've heard of that.
it's a
Yeah,
good movie.
Road to Yesterday. I don't think I've seen it yet though.
Yo, anybody looking at the chat, yo? Because think about that shit.
Nah.
I can check it for you.
Some Boxing Squared said there's a few videos surfacing recently that F.A. Ajagba is 33.
I went to the wrong.
Hey, what's up, Boxing Square? Boxing Square, man, he got a pretty good channel, man. Boxing Square is a cool dude, man. He actually talk to you. Like some of these cats won't even talk to you.
Yes.
Have y'all heard of Boxing Square?
Well, I see him now. Never heard of him, but I see him now.
Yeah. He put about like usually on a good day about 2-3 videos. You know, he try to keep it unbiased and just give out the news and cut it and cut out. But the only person I know that he kind of sound unbiased with was Big Baby Miller, man, because he called him called him Big Pharmacy Miller.
Big Baby Miller was saying that could have been him in that fight.
Man, shit, I don't even want to. No, he didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Mine was
For real?
It was
Yeah, they put out a
man.
The top because I highlighted.
Man, that could have been him. Which version? The one on the pharmacy medications or the one not on it? Like, which one was it?
Highlighted. So I was right.
They said he failed 2 drug tests.
Nah, Big Baby Miller. I think it was 3.
And then soon after that,
Failed 3.
Lord of mercy, Jesus Christ! That couldn't have been you, bro.
Oh yeah, that's Boxing Square, man. He a cool dude, man. I just saw it. Boxing Square got a pretty good channel, man. If y'all ain't heard, y'all can go over there and subscribe to that dude, man. Huh?
Yeah, I just did.
We got 15K.
Yo, but think about this, yo. The day,
y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
All right.
Did you notice how they was talking about how Anthony Joshua was having an anxiety attack today? Y'all might have talked about it already, but like I wanted to
talk about it again.
Huh?
Yeah, they said, man, they saying all types of stuff.
It's no biggie.
Yeah, they're saying all types of stuff when it comes to him, bro. They're saying anxiety attack. He had issues with his cup. He fucking saying he wasn't feeling well before the fight. He got knocked out. They're saying they giving this man a book of excuses.
Well, that's confirmed though. He did get knocked out by the dude from Philly. You know, I saw that in your title. I think Michael Johnson boxing. Or I saw that in somebody's title, but it was confirmed though by like a real source, like a dude that fought him, confirmed that. You know, that like he walked up to Anthony Joshua and he said, "Hey man, how you like that sparring?" And the dude named whatever his name was, the white boy, he's the Cockney or some shit. It was true. It was true, yo.
I got it. Man, you got to send me that link. But Boxing Square said Miller posted a clip after Ruiz winning where he was looking and breathing at the camera. No talk, just look pissed with him. Man, he should. Boxing Square, he should be pissed. He should be pissed. That's disgusting, man.
He's a fucking cheater, yo.
That's disgusting. Like that's worse.
I can't respect Miller at all.
That's worse than getting knocked out in the ring. That's worse than that. That's like you for real though. I think Edward Hearn was right when he said it. Like you really tried to get in the ring and kill this motherfucker. Like literally. That's what you were trying to do. Like you tried to hide and say that you wasn't taking this. You tried to say that it was a fluke that I tested for something, and then you get popped for another one, and then another one. Like you tried to get in there and murder this dude, like literally. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even trust yourself to do it naturally. Like that's the real disgusting part about it. Like
it make me wonder about all his other fights. You see what I'm saying? Like it make me really wonder because the nigga was nice in the ring, yo. To be that big, he was putting paws on nigga like nobody else.
I mean, it's like me playing basketball back in the days. Sometimes you got these big bowling ball dudes, and you be like, damn man, you pretty light on your feet, blah blah blah, woody whoop whoop, man. Maybe you should, play running back or something. But I think with Big Baby Miller was just a part of genetics and stuff like that, But really, to tell you the truth, when them substances came out, it didn't help how he performed in the ring before that. It did not help. It didn't, because we all knew that Big Baby Miller, he threw more pity pats than anything. But at the same time, you're throwing a whole bunch of pity pats with a couple of pows. But at the same time then when you had to fight with a guy where you throw a whole bunch of pows, you got exhausted quick. But at the same time is that you still have to account for the simple fact is that overall, so 90% of your fights you did not get tired in. You did not bust the sweat. So So that's the reason why it should have been a dig giveaway a long time ago. But I guess the dig giveaway was Deontay Wilder saying, "Hey man, blah blah blah, whoop whoop." But you might want to.
Do y'all remember when he used to hang out with Floyd? You remember when he used to hang out with Floyd and he was sitting on the steps that night and he had those glasses on? That nigga looked mad suspect then, yo.
No, I don't remember that one.
Oh my God, he did a video with Floyd. Like he was following Floyd around, and because they used to all follow him around. Even Earl Spence used to follow Floyd around, and it was at night, and they was hanging out with Floyd. And man, I tell you, and he went to Floyd's like a party Floyd had, like at a restaurant. Man, he looked mad suspect back then, bro. They look like a goddamn snake, yo.
Let me interrupt y'all real quick. I'm gonna tell you this, right? So, if you have a Mac, right, and you start noticing that your computer is running real slow, you got two options: to restart it and boot it up in like a command row and run a couple of recovery screens that would actually free up a lot of RAM. Or what you would have to do is like what I just did. I have an iMac and stuff like that. I'm waiting on the RAM to come, so I didn't take it apart yet. But I'm running my whole iMac right now. It's running a lot smoother than what it was. I could run OBS. I could run and Studio and Persona Studio One at the same time with 30 VSTs running at the same time with no hiccups and be on live. At first, I could not run OBS without the fucking live lagging. I'm running my OS system right now on the external hard drive. So the hard drive is not is connected to my iMac via USB, running Mac OS X.
Oh, you got skills, yo. I don't know nothing about that shit.
No, I'm just saying it because some of us in the LDBC, we run these Macs and they start slowing down and they're a little older. And some people they want to buy a new one. You don't have to buy a new one. As long as you got as long as you got an iMac made after 2012, you don't need to buy a new one. You need a new fucking hard drive. That's it. You need a new motherfucking hard drive. You get a new hard drive, either put it in there, you run it off of USB, and you're good to go.
I got a computer, yo, but every time I boot that joint up, I got it from my job, but it kind of like say like automatically like you locked out or some shit. Like, is that still fixable?
Like when you start it up, what does it do?
It'd be just saying like I'd be thinking about pushing Control Alt Delete, but it don't never do anything. It's just saying like,
oh, you mean like when you start it up and you log in, you try to open something and everything.
Do nothing. It's just like a computer that I got, and then it's like it look like a good computer, but it's just like it just don't let me do anything. It's just like when you plug it in, it's just like it's messed up. Like
if the computer is at least about 4 or 5, if it's a Windows computer, what I like to do. Okay, so what I like to do is with Windows computers is I don't like to run them too old because Windows is not like a Mac. Mac only has like a couple of motherboards and a couple of this and a couple of this. Windows computers have thousands of motherboards, thousands of graphics cards, thousands of RAM chips, thousands of hard drives you can use. And so it's hard for them to maintain the drivers for all this stuff and make sure that everything runs smoothly.
So what
Actually, it's a Dell. I just remembered it's a Dell. I just don't want to go look for it. It's a Dell. It's a nice computer.
Same. It's IBM compatible. So what I would do is if it's a laptop or is it a desktop?
Yeah, it's a laptop.
Okay, if it's a laptop and it's able to run 32 gigs of RAM, what I would do is I'm not gonna put 32 gigs of RAM. 32 gigs of RAM is gonna tell me how good that motherboard is. First of all, what I would do is, well, not 32. I would say like at least like when was it made?
It is a business computer, and I think they just put it upstairs in storage. But I grabbed it because it's my boss.
Is it heavy?
It's heavy. It's heavy. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Okay,
but I just don't know how to figure it out.
Okay, this is what I would do is I would write down the name and the model of it.
Yeah.
And I would just buy Windows and load it on it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what you could do. Put a disk in it, right?
Mm-hmm. Or a flash drive.
Yeah, because it's not letting me do anything. It's just kind of like as soon as you turn it on, it's just like saying some shit like
they wipe the hard drive. No, they wipe the hard drive. Is it black and white?
It's gray and silver, but it's heavy.
They wipe some of the screen.
It's black and white.
They wipe the hard drive.
Yeah, they wiped it because it's a business computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I could probably just buy the disc for that. You think?
Yeah, you could buy it. First, what I would check is to see if it has a hard drive in it, and then what I would do, you have a running computer right now, right?
Michael Johnson, I got my phone, but I'm gonna let that topic go. I need to talk to you offline on that shit. I'm gonna hit you my email.
Me offline, man. I'll hook you up, man.
I don't want to slow the chat up.
Because you can use a thumb drive and start. You can use a thumb drive. That's what I would use.
No doubt.
Yeah, but Boxing Square, man, I'll be on your channel, man. You know I'll be on there, man. You be having some good old little videos, man. You know I'll be talking shit in your chat, man. But I don't mean nothing by it, man. I just be on there just running my mouth, man. I don't mean nothing by it, man. Don't mind me when you see me in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check his channel out, yo, because I just subbed to him. You know I like to check out channels. I like to feel the pulse of the boxing world.
Yeah, he's from over there. He's from New Zealand. He's from New Zealand.
Okay. Can learn something too while I'm over there. So I like that type of shit.
Yeah. And he got a good radio voice. That's when he got that radio voice. Like on the radio chat, or he got that good radio voice. Hey,
New Zealand, huh? Is that what Pulev at?
No, Pulev from like Bulgaria.
Okay.
Joseph Parker is from New Zealand.
I don't believe this motherfucker's still in the mix, yo. Pulev, yo. That's just crazy, yo. He a big motherfucker, though.
Pulev is still in the mix. Pulev.
He the IBF mandatory.
Okay.
Pulev.
Man, this dude Riz got all the damn belts.
Yeah.
They fucked up, yo. Big
He got majority of the Affinity Gauntlet.
He got options, yo, or some real shit. He got some options.
And that's what I was saying is like, Edward Hearn, he knows that he got to tread lightly with the whole the mandatories in the rematches in effect for Anthony Joshua, because what if the PBC was to come out and say, hey man, we're gonna do this unification.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Then what?
Step aside money. There you go, Eddie. Take your little couple dollars and get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of America.
And then what you gonna do? And so I think Edward Hearn knows that. I know he came out there and said it's in effect, but he ain't on the videos and all that stuff. Well, I ain't been paying attention to it really, man, because
me neither, yo.
He know where to be found.
Yeah, I don't think he know where to be found either, Hope Bradley. That's crazy because he usually popping a lot of shit, yo. He ain't popping no shit, yo.
It's Monday and he ain't nowhere to be found right now.
None of the trolls either.
Nope. Every last one of them went hiding.
You know what?
Ran their ass out of town.
Boxing Square on Trill Boxing Talk on 78 Sports TV this morning. No, sorry, on Black Fight Fan Sports TV channel this morning. Spencer Farron was on there.
Yeah,
that's the same thing that you just said, that Ruiz might be stripped.
like you said, that's what he said because he believes that Ruiz might not go that route and fight Pulev. But really, to tell you the truth, he should just take it because if you go over there and beat Pulev, then he could say that he's a legitimate champion.
Yeah.
And then not only that is, he could get more people on the bandwagon.
Yep.
And then not only that is that he can still go out there and fight whoever he wants to on demand.
It's gonna be tricky as fuck, bro.
Famous, quick.
Hold on, let me read the rest of what he said. Boxing Square said might end up seeing Ruiz stripped of the IBF belt if Ruiz rematches Joshua. Yeah, that's what he was saying. Happened to Fury when he had the belt. Could end up seeing Pulev versus next highest. See, Spencer Fury really didn't. I don't remember him saying that the things that you said, the two examples that you said, but I remember him saying that he might be stripped by him. World Breaker Fighting. What's happening, my brother, man? If you want to get on, let me know. I'll just post that goddamn on link in there. If you want to get on, get on. But if you guys have not subscribed to World Breaker Fighting, go on there and subscribe to that brother, man, right there, because you know what I'm saying. If I say subscribe to that person, man, I'm not trying to tell you to subscribe to that person for no reason. Now I'm telling you to go over there and subscribe to that person because they actually have some good things to talk about. And that's the reason why you go there and subscribe to them. There's a lot of people out there talking on the internet and stuff like that, but I'm not the best person to be talking about boxing because
this is. Go ahead, my fault, man.
I'm not the best person to talk about boxing is because I'm not really that good thinking on the fly, and not only thinking that I got like a little ADD, so my mind goes all over the place. But at the same time, that's why we got people out there that can do it. You know what I'm saying? So. If you ain't subscribe to Boxing Squared and World Breaker Fighting, man. Them two good channels out there, man. Two very good channels, man.
Yeah.
I like to hear the New Zealand aspect of it. I'm gonna check into that for real.
Yeah, man. They got Junior Fa, I think it's Fa. He's pretty good too. He's out there, but I don't think he's getting the fights that's gonna get him out there. I think he's gonna need another year or two. Then we're gonna start hearing more about him. He seems pretty decent, man. If y'all want to go out there and check that dude out, he seems pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? He's like, the next guy after Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker is good. It's just Joseph Parker, man. He just gotta have that, I want to whoop your ass mentality, man. It's like there's a difference between I want to hear, y'all know I play football. So I'm gonna say this one team. My teammates get mad at me all the time because I'm not all into this rah-rah shit and jumping around and hollering and shit before the game. Like when they see me, they be like, "Why you?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm not with that, homie." Like he'd be like, "Y'all defense get out there." I'm like, "Nah, man, get your ass up over there, man. I'm not trying to hear that shit." Like when I get on the field, I don't need nobody to sit over there and pump me up and stuff like that. But you gotta have a mentality. You gotta have a killer mentality in football. You gotta have a killer mentality when you're competing on the highest level in sports. I'm not saying necessarily like go out there and kill somebody, but you gotta have the mentality that, hey man, I'm gonna get up in here and I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking ass. You got to have that mentality. And Joseph Parker, it just seems like he's just too like cool with it. Like, but I'm not trying to take away from him. But when he get in the ring and stuff like that, when people see how the way he acts, outside the ring and the way he talks and stuff like that, then when people see him in the ring, people get it misconstrued like he doesn't have a killer mentality, but we still got to sit back and say like this, that, and the third because we didn't get the Joseph Parker that we wanted against Anthony Joshua. You see what I'm saying? We didn't get that Joseph Parker like the way we wanted. You know what I'm saying? We got the Joseph Parker the way, he had to fight the fight. Either it's because the ref didn't let him fight in the inside and stuff like that, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I fell asleep on that 8th round, yo. After that 8th round, when he hit Joshua in his chest, And then Joshua looked to the ref. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I just went to sleep like it was a golf tournament or something, It was weird how the ref was just intervening with the fight as far as inside fighting.
Boxing Square said another possibility with the WBO mandatory due next. Usyk, who can claim it? May push to face Ruiz. Good style matchup for him. He can move and work on. You know what? Boxing Square.
You think?
You know what? No, I'm being real because a lot of people are sleeping on him. A lot of people are sleeping on Andy Ruiz. You see what I'm saying? Like I said before everybody got on. When I was cooking in the kitchen. When I was cooking curry shrimp in the kitchen. I had it on video by Square if you want to rewind back. It's because of curry shrimp. What I noticed is that the hook was on. I placed my bet before the fight. While the card was playing. Am I right, Hope?
Wait, what's that? Say it again.
I said I placed my bet while the fight was playing. I'm sorry, not while the fight was playing, but while the cards were playing that night.
Yeah.
And so when you hear everything that was going on with Anthony Joshua and how many people was placing their bets, the bookies have to pace their bets according to who's betting for who because they got to make sure they can cover that spread.
Yeah.
So when I get on, the spread might not be the same, but the spread was marginally for Anthony Joshua. I betted $50 on Andy Ruiz and got $450 back.
What round?
Yep.
What round did you do? Because they had it like 250 to 1.
Just to win.
Or just to win. You got that? Damn.
Yep.
Just to win. Head up.
Straight. Yep. Head up. Straight.
And that's the crazy thing about
right there. That's official. Man, you did the right thing, bro. But the seventh, I think it was the 5th through the 8th round, it was like 250 to 1 or 33 to 1, Like $4 got you like $1,000, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it got you big bread.
What bookie was that?
It was somebody out of the fucking UK, my boy DOG 215.
I did mine with Bovado.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Bovado, but he said it was a place out of UK.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So with Bovado, if you use Bovado, the thing about it is that you can't withdraw your money. The only way you could withdraw your money was Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, or request a check.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I request a check. I hope you requested the check.
I got Bitcoin, but I was like, man, I ain't gonna have that shit go to my wallet because then I'm gonna fuck off that money on some dumb shit. And then, but the thing about it was, I would have done it if Bitcoin was around 7,400. Then I would have done it because I would have just left it there and just took it out once it hit to 8,000 again.
Nice.
Oh, if y'all want to know about cryptos, I'll let y'all know a little something. But so how I do cryptos is that I buy low, like I buy into Bitcoin. You don't need $7,000, right? You don't need. You can get you Coinbase. You can get Coinbase, or you can get Robinhood. So, but if you get Robinhood and you recommend somebody else, both of y'all get a free stock. And not only that is you don't pay a commission when you buy. But when I use I have Coinbase. I had Coinbase first, but then I don't really use it no more. I just have everything sitting. So I put $50 on Bitcoin, and now I'm up like $300 within like 3 months.
Oh, so you have to leave it in until you decide to take it out? Is that what you're saying?
No, you just you. So when Bitcoin go low, you buy, and then when it go high, you sell it. Let it go low, you buy. Then when it go high, you sell it. You do that over and over and over and over and over and over. Dude, keep doing it. $50 here, $25 here, $30 here, this here. You keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And then next thing you know it, you add $1,000. The next thing you know it, you add $2,000. The next thing you know it, it's just increments, small increments, getting you there. Small increments.
Okay.
People don't know. Shit.
No, I don't know nothing about that, yo. I gotta hit you up on the hangout message, yo, to talk to you about that type of shit.
Yeah, y'all, man. If anytime you want to hit me up, man, just text me on the Hangouts or call me. But let's get back to this boxing though, real quick. You know, man, maybe more. So we got Triple G fight, man. Who y'all got Triple G this weekend?
I had AJ this past weekend. We saw what happened. So
Crow, you got some Crow Hawk, bro.
Hey, no. The thing is that I picked AJ, but you know, I still gave credit to Ruiz. I was like, if Ruiz gets it, if AJ go past the 5th or 6th, it's gonna be trouble for him. As soon as it got there, it was over. So,
yeah. Man,
I just didn't see a knockdown. I did not know he was gonna tear his ass up like that.
Yeah,
crazy.
That was crazy, but
he got jumped with the paws, bro. They jumped him with the paws. One dude jumped him like 5 dudes. It seemed like on them hands, yo, hitting AJ all upside his dome. That shit was crazy.
You know what?
Hey, hold on. I'm motherfucking AJ was like Kevin Hart pops. He was like, they not jumping me. It's not he an octopus.
Damn. So
he looked stupid as hell out there, yo. The way he was getting hit.
Yo, he looked bad. He looked real bad.
I was waiting for the bait man to show up at the store, right? So I called him up and he said it was 10 minutes out. So I was like, fuck it. The PBC reposted the fight versus Andrew Ruiz and Demetrenko. And I rewatched it in the car. Man, I'm gonna tell you this one thing. New body shots sounded loud as fuck. The Andrew Ruiz and Demetrenko, they was loud as fuck. Them motherfuckers, man. Them body shots, man. He was fucking his body up.
I gotta rewatch that thing because I think the one I was on was like a Chinese channel, yo. Because I watched it after the next day. I was fishing that day they was fighting, but the Instagram was popping, yo. Everybody was saying like this dude's getting fucked up and shit. And I watched it the next day. I didn't hear the body shots. So you saying the body shots was official, huh?
I was talking about the Andrew Ruiz versus Demetrenko. I watched it today.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the big man to show up, and I was like, "Damn, them body shots sound loud as fuck." But when we was watching the fight, man, I was cussing Hulk out. I was like, "Man, I lost $50, blah blah blah." I was like, "Nigga, you lying?" Blah blah. I was mad in the motherfucker at Hulk.
Yeah, he thought I was lying. Next thing you know, it's over. I was like, "What?"
Yo, Hulk Bradley, when you got to fight, bro? I know you box, right?
July 26th.
Okay.
Hey, where at?
St. Louis.
You a boxer, Hope?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know. What's your record?
No, it'd be my first fight. It's just amateur for right now. I don't know if I'm gonna go pro yet or not.
Oh, okay. Where you based
you
out
look at nigga with that Hulk Bradley power, nigga, you gonna be like, oh shit, I'm going pro. I'm knocking niggas out already.
Yeah, I gotta see where it's at. But
that's what
I used to train. I was training when I was 14. I just never got any fights going.
Okay.
Dealing with the streets and shit, living in Chicago.
So you fight out of Chicago?
No, I live in Southern Illinois now, around Carbondale area, college town and shit.
Yeah, he had to get out of Dodge.
Hell yeah.
That's good to hear, man. See what you? I was thinking of boxing as well. You know, I just need to basically, go to the gym.
Hey, it ain't easy. I had to fucking go train. I went train earlier. Coach kicking my ass.
Yo, I don't do no boxing no more. I'm like 46 years old, yo. But me and my boy, like, we practice mad moves because he's a good boxer. And, like, I just learned how to do the jabs, how to, step back or how to, angle and, like, counter shot. So I kind of, like, just like the sport because we watch it so much. So I just appreciate the sweet science, yo. Learning the fucking techniques and shit.
On the real.
It's good exercise. It's good discipline too.
Who you tailor your style to? Hope.
Man, I like to say I got a little mixture of everything. My movement ain't the greatest, but I say I got good footwork compared to I got decent footwork compared to like a Big Baby Miller, but he throw more volume than I do. But
nigga was on juice. Come on, Hope.
that is true. No, but I looked up some of his amateur stuff. He fought like that in the amateurs too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm under the
That nigga
impression.
been on juice his whole life. He started with Kool-Aid, my nigga.
I mean, you can learn. You'd be surprised what you can learn from people. Like, despite what some people like to say about Aaron Pryor with the bottom, the guy could actually box. You know, maybe we weren't mysterious substance that night, but you can learn. It'd be surprised what you can learn from. Yeah,
Well,
Shane Mosley also. You know,
who do you? I would say this. I would say this though. You know, after watching Anthony Joshua's last performance, and then watching Joe Joyce's last performance, and then watching Daniel's last performance. So Laws D the Pimpin' is from the UK. Lives up over there. And he doesn't understand why all the top heavyweight boxers fight the same out of the UK. But you know, Dillian White is the exception. You know, he fights different. So who do y'all think will be the best?
Didn't Dillian White migrate to the UK? Like he was still.
I don't know at what age though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know he was young, but I don't think he was that. He wasn't. You know, I think he knew what was going on. You know what I mean? I don't think he was. You know. I think he just picked up, the UK, lingo and all that shit or whatever.
No, but what I'm saying is that in order for people like, Anthony Joshua, Daniel and Du Bois to succeed, do you think they should have a different trainer?
AJ definitely.
I think personally, it's not so much always on a trainer. You have to. At a certain point, you have to know how to think for yourself and know how to tailor your style, because you're not always going to have a situation where your trainer perfectly suits you, like Tommy Hearns and Emmanuel Stewart, or maybe Roberto Duran and Ray Arcel, or it's very rare that you have that. Sometimes you have to find out what the greats did and then tailor your style to it. And I feel like most fighters need to start from the bottom up. They look at one fighter who's their favorite, but they don't exactly know what requirements goes into the things. Because my favorite fighter, one of my favorite fighters of all time is George Foreman. But can I go in the ring and fight just like George Foreman? I mean, I probably can try, but I'm not as long nor am I as tall, so it wouldn't work so well for me. I could take certain things from him, but I'm not as long as George Foreman, so some things I can't take from him.
I believe George Foreman was good at keeping his hands up. So if somebody tried to like pot shot him or something like that, he'd just probably hook off on their ass with them big ass heavy hands. Then the fight's over.
I don't care. I don't care what anybody say, because George Foreman used to hit. George Foreman used to throw a punch and it didn't seem like it was that hard, but you motherfuckers would go to sleep. Like when he hit Michael Moore, it didn't seem like that 1-2 you hit him with was that hard, and next thing you know, he was just out.
When he fought them he fought them 5 dudes in that ring in one night, man, and he was just basically just nudging them and they was falling down.
Man.
Yeah, but George, when you watch them old tapes of George, man, he just hit the heavy bag and he just be tapping it over and over and over and over and working on that. And what I noticed from that is that he was just working on getting everything under it, his body and everything, getting everything to work in one motion and just hitting it, finding out where that spot is to make that bag buckle. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference between when you hit that heavy bag, when you hit it and you make that motherfucker bend, when you hit that motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between some people just making it swing left and right and stuff like that. But this motherfucker was making that motherfucker buckle. He was making it buckle. That's the thing, because he everything was in sync. And that's the reason why when you watch those old, you know, kung fu movies, when you see them Shaolin monks, they holding these poses, or they doing these swings, or they hitting this thing for so long and stuff like that, because you're teaching your body how to do this particular motion over and over again to where you could perfect it. You know what I'm saying? That's what he perfected. He perfected that punch that he didn't need to minimum energy with a whole lot of force. Now imagine that motherfucker like fucking loaded up and fucking hit you in your fucking head.
Probably break your damn neck.
Exactly. Like AJ, like Ruiz did AJ.
Russ he took his ass to school. He peppered him. Yo, them peppers probably hurt too, though. AJ head was like bloop, 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 bloop. He looked like a damn bobblehead the way fucking he was hitting him.
And you know what was crazy? It wasn't always when Ruiz would catch him, you know, in the temple or whatever. It was one knockdown. He caught him on the chin with a left hook, and AJ. And it started, bro. I'm telling you, you have to watch. I'm gonna
watch it back. I didn't watch it back yet because I'm still happy about the money I got back. I'm still satisfied. But
I watched it back. Like I said, I watched it back yesterday. You know, I heard a bunch of complaining about he was hitting on top of the head, and I started watching. Or you know, they were not on top of the head, but they kept saying it was, you know, on the side of the temple. That first knockdown, I want to say the first knockdown was due to, you know, on the side of the temple. But after that, it was that second, third, and fourth. Nah, he was getting caught on the chin, bro.
I have a question though, Hope, though. Like how the fuck can you tell somebody like, oh, he hit him on top of the head or the back of the head? When you in the moment or something and you throwing a punch and the person just happened to duck.
That's usually how it goes. Sometimes, you know, depending on
it seemed like he was ducking. It seemed like he was like his head was moving like downward, like forward, like, and he was just getting caught. Like he didn't know what the fuck he was doing or something. Like he didn't know how to fucking really
leaning in. He was leaning in on us. He was reaching in on his punches. And the reason why he was reaching in was because he was backing up. He wouldn't stand there and use his reach and then move. He would try to move backwards. So at the same time, him moving backwards and throwing a jab, you're not doing anything. You're getting out of distance for one, and you're not even gauging, you know, how far he is. He was fighting scared. That's what I understand. Yeah. I'm like, dude, you're fighting scared.
What I was going to say, Bradley, was like it reminded me of Brazil. It reminded me of Brazil. Like Brazil wasn't really looking how to like you know, maneuver and get out the way of the punch, like head movement. It was like he was just like fighting scared, like looking out the corner of his eye. Like that shit was crazy, bro.
Hey, man. Hold up. Hey, Junior, the truth, man. What's happening, baby? Long time no see, man. I saw you this morning, man. But hey, thanks for stopping by. And then Boxing Squared also said all those heavyweights you mentioned, Joshua Du Bois Joyce, have been going through the English high performance system. Damn, you said high performance system. That's what I'm sorry. He said high performance system, which was overseen by Rob McCracken. Damn.
Wow.
Because the reason why I say that is because I think Daniel out of Joe Joyce, I think Daniel is more of the next dude. And the reason why I say that is out of the UK is because at least he looks like he has been doing something over the last couple of fights. Like he's been doing things differently. Because when I watched that Richard Lartley fight, that was a really fucking tough fight. Richard Lartley ain't no joke, but Richard Lartley.
Oh yeah. I remember that fight.
But Richard Lartley ain't got no good trainer either. And that's why you see Richard Lartley was missing punches that he should have landed because because when you see people hitting the pads and stuff like that, hitting the mitts in the ring and stuff like that, sometimes I think it messes up with fighters because sometimes I think it overextends their hooks. You know what I'm saying? The left hook and right hook. Sometimes the left hook got to be short. Sometimes the right hook got to be short. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you got a fighter like Katie Taylor that likes to put their head in your chest, you got to have a short hook. The hook got to come damn near in front of your face. Like, you know, remember how Mike Tyson used to throw that right hook? How it was like, it was like damn near right in front of his face, and it damn near made you think that he was giving somebody an elbow.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why he was doing it like that is because some fighters like to protect yourself when you get in the inside is to get in close and put your head over the face of the other side of your opponent, or to put your head in your opponent's chest to try to hide yourself from getting fucking punched. And that's the reason why I think that, like, you know, with Daniel, I think Daniel, only thing he needs to work on is right now is head movement. Work on more head movement. Work on bending at the hips. Work on some of them like even if it ain't feasible for you as far as energy wise, do what Andy Ruiz did. Do what Andy Ruiz did. Hell, Adam Konaki knows he ain't the best boxer in the world, but Adam Konaki knows not to let his opponent reset. To get off before his opponent get off. At least he know that. He know that much. You know what I'm saying? Because Adam Konaki ain't got no head movement, no footwork, no nothing.
He just throw punches, and he did that in the amateurs too.
Yeah, but if you look how Adam Konaki throws punches, at least he throws them precisely. At least he throws his punches with a purpose. Like them lazy jabs, to try to keep your opponent at bay, or to gauge your opponent and stuff like that. That stuff is cool in them earlier rounds. But in them later rounds, when you're doing that and your opponent start figuring out that, hey, he throwing lazy jabs, I'm gonna get in on that shit. And Ruiz.
Kawanaki got a death wish, man. Because he want to fight Wilder. Like, he was sitting ringside, man. He said, yeah, okay, I'll do it, whatever. Like, he crazy, bro. Wilder would kill him.
Did you watch the video? Why go back? I put it on my channel. I did it on my channel. I got a copyright strike, but I ain't gonna do it again. But if you go back and watch Errol Spence reaction, you're gonna see Adam Konaki right there in the background. And Adam Konaki, he rubbing his head, and all that shit. Like, damn, he know what's up. He know how loud it was. He know the effect of it was. He know how effortlessly, it's the effort. The thing about Deontay Wilder knockouts is it's the effort.
It's the plushness of it. It's the plushness.
It ain't like
goddamn. It's the
it ain't like it ain't like Dillian White throwing a hook on Derek Chisora with his eyes closed and putting all his might to it. This dude can literally look at you and throw that shit at you like he throwing a fucking bread, a loaf of bread. That's how easy it is.
Butter, he's slicing butter on these niggas, yo. He be slicing these niggas up quick, bro.
Easy. And somebody at work was like, how much money would you fight Deontay Wilder for? I was like, okay, look, first of all, if that motherfucker hit me and I weigh 185, if that motherfucker hit me with that shit, I had to put an account for what the fuck am I gonna be stuttering for the rest of my life?
If you 185, you can get out of the way and fucking Deontay Wilder's blow you. You gotta be quicker than that. No. You can quicker than that, bro.
No. You can get out of the way for some of them, but eventually that lanky ass nigga gonna catch you, and that's gonna be a wrap.
He could pay me $5 grand. I'll just drop after the first jab. I'll be like, okay, I'm out. I'm done.
You can run all day, but eventually that motherfucker gonna catch you. You gonna be like, nah. Well, you ain't gonna be like, nah. You just gonna be like,
Yeah.
you gonna be snoring.
The rabbit on the run. I'm on the run. I'm gonna be like the rabbit. I'm gonna be hopping out of the way of them motherfucking blows, bro.
I'd rather fight Joseph Parker. At least I know at the end of the night I won't be like fucked up for the rest of my life.
No
AJ
doubt.
proved to me that he can't fight at all on the back.
Who?
AJ.
You know what? I didn't understand. That's the one thing I did not understand. Like you know how short this guy is and all that stuff. The only way he can get to you is if you let him in. Like you didn't have to get in the clinch with him. If you want to get in the clinch with Andrew Ruiz because you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to do nothing but just sit there and get that jab off before he did, or just keep jabbing him. That's it. Because Andrew Ruiz, what I saw was that he lunged a lot and he had to overreach a lot for some of the punches and stuff like that. But the thing about it is that when you allow this dude to get in or to corner you or to because he doesn't pick a side, he doesn't pick left or right. He comes forward like Adam Konaki. So that's even more helpful because but at the same time Anthony Joshua has never exhibited like quickness on his feet, really, like that. You know what I'm saying?
They say AJ won a year off, man, a whole year off. That's crazy. He won a whole year off.
You know what? I would not knock him for having a year off. I would not knock him.
It's too early for that. Man, no.
No. Listen. Let me tell you this though, because if he knows that there's really something wrong with him, he needs to go ahead and handle that. He needs to go ahead.
Tyson Fury. We know he had a concussion.
No, Tyson. No, Tyson Fury. He had a concussion from cocaine.
I think he had a concussion from them blows too, though. Like,
my bad. Yeah, that's different though. Yeah, you're right.
He covered it up well, but I know he had to have a concussion from them blows, yo. Deontay Wilder had his ass face down. He had his face up, ass down, yo. That shit was crazy how he hit him, yo. You gotta have a concussion after getting hit like that.
Yeah, but like I said, like with Anthony Joshua, but yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I thought you was talking about something else when I said what I said. But yeah, if you on that notion, then yeah, you completely right. But like I said, like with Anthony Joshua, I wouldn't like I said before the video came on. I'm okay with the thing about it is that if you have something wrong with you and you know it and you don't take care of it, that's the definition of the unbecoming of a man. But when you know you have,
he didn't disclose it. You think?
Disclosing is a little bit different because of we're gonna get into that and remind me if I don't. Because like when you know somebody has something going on that they cannot fix and stuff like that, and they trying to fix it and stuff, they need to go and handle it. Because Anthony Joshua not fighting Andrew Ruiz is not a big deal for me. Because if he do have something wrong with him psychologically, he needs to go ahead and handle that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to tell me that he got something wrong, but he needs to go ahead and handle that. Just going out there and handling and taking the time off lets me know that, hey, this dude has something wrong with him and he handled it and got it fixed and he's back. He could bounce back from this. But the whole thing about it is that first off, you got to be a man about it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a man about it. And then you have to be a man about everything else that comes from it.
Man, they got that battery in his back. They got that battery in his back. He won't do that. Like that's what real motherfuckers do, though. You're right.
The thing that got me pissed off with AJ was the last straw was when Edward Hearn came out and said that Deontay Wilder can't do this without me. I mean, sorry, Anthony Joshua can't do this without me. He needs blah, blah, woo, 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 which he can. And so there was no rebuttal to that or nothing from Anthony Joshua when he said that. Anthony Joshua can promote himself. Anthony Joshua can do everything by himself when it comes to inside and outside the ring. The thing that pissed me off the most after that, especially after this fight, was that now, like I said in those videos, I don't know if y'all saw it, was that I got the notion that Edward Hearn was saying all that because he knew that this guy gets flustered quickly. Like this guy can't deal with the stress and all that stuff. He can't deal with stressors. But the thing about it is, if that was the case, you should have been got him help. Because when you sent Anthony Joshua out here to Madison Square Garden to the big leagues, he couldn't perform. And that happens all the time with professional sports. I don't care if it's golf, tennis, swimming, cricket, any sport, rugby. I don't care what any sport. Some people cannot compete at the highest level because of the stressors. I don't know what if you paying somebody allegedly, word on the streets from this the Daily Star out of the UK, $32 million. You mean to tell me that you couldn't spend a couple thousand to get this guy some mental help? Sit Dr. Umar Johnson on his ass, or Dr. Phil, or whoever. That's the real sickening shit about it. That he needed help, and you knew it, but you didn't give it to him. But I think that Anthony Joshua could bounce back. It's just that how is he going to bounce back? Is he going to bounce back like the same way he was with the Deontay Wilder negotiations? Or is he going to bounce back and actually read his contracts, take charge of his career, take charge of his training regiments?
At this point, he need to be fighting like a Michael Hunter or some shit. Like it's crazy. Like what's the dude name? The heavyweight dude, like the Michael Hunter dude. I think it is out of TNT.
It's Michael Hunter. He just
it's Michael Hunter.
He don't even got to do that. Like to me, what Anthony Joshua is that you can tell when Anthony Joshua is about to throw a big punch because he always sets his feet. All Anthony Joshua got to do is learn how to.
Yeah, I know this guy. Yeah, I know this guy.
What they should do is put some apparatus on him to where he cannot be flat-footed. He cannot be flat-footed. He got to be on the balls, like he on the balls of his feet. There's nothing wrong with being flat-footed throwing a punch. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is when it's over and over and over and over, when it's repetitive, you should be doing something to where this guy can switch it up. Because I play defensive back. And if I'm going against a wide receiver that has a little know-how and I'm doing everything the same way, he going to catch on and he going to learn how to beat me.
Mm-hmm.
You got some free game. There's some free game. It ain't never about power. It's about your boxing mindset, your boxing skills. It don't got to be like a hard job. You can make it easy if you just know different things, like you said, different accolades to put into the regimen. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. He was fighting. He was fighting. He was like force fighting. He wasn't really thinking. So we got to blame it on that too. Like he's not a good thinker on how to deal with certain situations. You know what I mean? Let
me read some of these comments. Lost One said, "Hey Michael, what's happening, man?" The Lost One also says, "Fuck it, you're off. 6 months is long enough. He has all the tools to beat someone like Ruiz. He just needs a new trainer or someone who can really show him where he went wrong."
It's hard to
for,
get a new trainer.
yeah, it is. He also goes to say, I think he has been a man about taking the loss. No, he hasn't. The thing about it is that it's some. Look, if I was in the ring and taking a loss, I not would be parading around the ring like I won. There's a difference. Now, I do understand why he went. I'm not mad at him for doing how the way he did it. You know, he had his pops yelling in the background, and then he still had to give Andy Ruiz his props and stuff like that. I understand that. But at the same time, is that loss is attestation that something went wrong. It is proof. It is a fact that something went wrong in the ring. Something was wrong in the ring.
You know, because it's way different than Manny Pacquiao and Floyd. I get that part. So you really think that his legitimacy of like we kind of knowing and seeing that it was something wrong in that fight. So you basically saying that's like a 100% fact, because I'm kind of thinking that too, because I don't know who the fuck that was in the ring getting peppered like that, bro.
Well, you gotta understand though. He didn't start getting peppered like that until he got knocked down the first time. And then he got knocked down the second time. You got like like in football, there's one shot that you don't want, like getting hit on top of, like hitting somebody on top of your head is not something you really want to do. Because I'm going to tell you this one: you hit somebody with the top of your head, you're going to see stars.
Yeah,
and then the next play, I'm telling you from experience. You're gonna be making sure that your feet is working. You're gonna be pumping. You're gonna be squeezing your hands to make sure everything is right before the next play.
Yeah.
Because that shot on the top of the head, that did a number. That did a number on him. Because Andy Ruiz ain't coming in there with no pity pats. He coming in there to get you up out of there.
Ruiz must got a hard ass head, bro, because he started walking through him after he got knocked out.
He did.
You know what I mean?
You know why? You know why? Because the simple fact is, after he knocked him down, it's like what I just said. You start clenching your hands to make sure that, tightening your hands to make sure you got your power and stuff like that. Is that when you get those big hits, you lose power. Because it's like the effect. Like, let's say for instance, you got in the pool, right? And the pool was like 20 fucking degrees.
Yeah.
And you get in there, and the initial thing is like, because it's really cold. And then you start swimming. And then you think your arms is moving fast, but they're not moving fast. Because the water is so cold, it's slowing your muscle movement down. Then you start looking at your arms and seeing how fast they're moving. And then it started catching up to your brain. And then you start realizing that, hey, my arms aren't moving fast, but I need to keep on pushing. That's the thing. When you start taking damage in the ring, you think that everything is moving like it's supposed to do, but it's not. It's not anymore. The punches might look like they're coming hard and stuff like that, but they're not anymore.
Hey, Mike, I'm about to head out, bro.
All right, Battle Man. I'll see you later, baby. That's the reason.
All
right, now. Thanks for stopping by, though, brother.
Peace, Battle.
Anytime.
And that's the reason why Deontay Wilder is dangerous. That's the reason why he's dangerous, because this dude can fucking literally hit your ass, tired as fuck, just like he hit you in the first round.
Yep.
Power.
That's the crazy thing about it.
Stamina. He got like, you know what I mean? Like, he has like endurance, or what I'm gonna call it. Like, yeah, he just gets better as the fight goes on. I noticed that about Wilder, man. Like, every fight he's been in has been exciting, yo. Like, AJ don't know nothing about excitement, so yeah, you're right. He's been like having no what they call it, he's been out of shape like all his fighting career. He just been getting lucky having the right cherry picks to deal with and the rep helping him. But he really don't have no breathing, no breathing skills, man. Like, He can't go 12 like Deontay. Deontay go 12 all the time. He has the most entertaining fights. And we all know he's always had the boxing heads know who have the most entertaining fights, whether they're in turmoil or whether it's like a back and forth clash or whatever. But you can never say Deontay Wilder fights are boring because he's always in a physical and a long, drained out fight sometimes. Like I'm gonna call Stavern fights. That first fight was the shit, man. I love that first Stavern fight.
Yeah, it was
I don't
cool.
know if I love that first one, yo. That shit was epic, yo.
Yeah, he beat the brakes off Severn though. I was trying to figure out how Severn was even standing up.
Exactly. Oh, brother.
No, he had Stavern out of there. It's just the ring ended. Remember when Stavern tackled him?
Yeah, that's true too.
It was done. It was a wrap. It was a wrap.
Yeah. And he still has stamina. Like he still could go. Even after he was drained by a nigga knocking him down. Like, and then people talk about his legs. How can you not have good legs if you can survive a big fucking 280-pound man falling on you? You see what I'm saying?
He had to pick him up damn near.
Yeah. That's a good metabolism. Like, that's one thing I can say about Deontay Wilder. I think his metabolism has always been high. But now that he's getting older and everybody want him to go up to like 230, 238 or 223 or whatever. But like, can you imagine like how his stamina might be affected by that in a fight?
It won't be. But let me read this question real quick. His stamina won't be affected by it. The thing about it is that, you know, I'm just gonna say it, man. That is just the difference, man. You know, he from down, you know, his whole family from down south, man. That's just from decades of breeding, you know, black folks back to back. You know what I'm saying? That's why he got it like that. Let me read this comment real quick. And then we'll cook on it. I'm gonna let y'all and I want you guys to elaborate this on this because I read it and I already got the answer to it. But I want you guys to hit on this. DOG, what's happening, man? Oh man, I missed you out. Neutral, man. What's happening? What's going down? He said AJ need a tune-up. But let me read this one. AJ got 2 tune-ups before the fight and after the fight.
I hate that tune-up shit, yo.
He needs something. He ain't lying though. He needs something. Last one said, for real though, AJ needs something, man. Like he needs something, man. He might need one of them big, thick bitches, man. 5'5", 255. You know what I'm saying?
Only motherfucker need a tune-up is Hurd, yo, because he got his ass whooped.
Let me read this comment real quick. Last one said, I don't think it was anything to do with the pressure. Man, he's doing big stadiums before he had many fights, more opposing than the Marines. I think it's just got him in round 3 and bad and never recovered. Let me tell you something. First of all, is that he's selling out stadiums in a place where he's comfortable. He's comfortable over there. He came to a place where he's not comfortable at. He came to a place where he doesn't really necessarily understand where he stands out just the way he speaks because he don't even know the lingo. The thing about it is over here is that it's not the accent that stands you apart, it's what you say and how you move that sets you apart. So you come up over here, you can't even say the shy, you say the chi. When people are already telling you, when people are already telling you how to properly pronounce it. That's the thing about it is you come off like one of them nerdy ass dudes in the store. Oh, what do you want, Mr. Johnson? Oh, you're back again, Mr. Johnson. Okay, you want a pack of Copenhagen? I got you, Mr. Johnson. Oakley dokley. No, you sound like a square.
Then give you some different shit. Like he give you the pintos instead of the pintas or something.
No, that dude was out of like even in the press with Big Baby Miller, he sounded out of character. He sounded out of place. He does not know how to play the dozens.
No, not at all. But right, that's what I was saying. Like, dude, you don't even know how to joke, bro. What are you doing? You ain't even roasting him right.
It doesn't matter if you're here to play singing or not.
Bro,
look,
bro, he brought, okay, you got to think about it this way. He brought all those UK fans over there to make it feel like home, but it wasn't home. he was in an entirely different type of environment. Think about it this way. Wembley is an open top stadium, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I think so. The soccer
It's
stadium.
open top, right? Madison Square Garden isn't. It's closed. The sound alone can be different. And it can also even change the way you feel. Just from the sound alone inside of that place because it's enclosed. It already took him a while to come out of the locker room. I don't give it.
Yeah.
They can say cup all they want. That motherfucker was nervous. The pressure. He not only did he have pressure of putting on for fans that he brought with him, but to put on in America where he's never fought before, and then to put on in a stadium where he's never fought before. The whole environment was different. Not just everything matters. I want this is how I know it matters, especially when I told you the sound is different. You ever worked out in the gym? Work out in the gym, you use headphones.
Yeah.
This dude I used to work out with did an experiment. He was like, I don't work out with headphones no more, and I'm gonna show you why. He put the headphones on one side of my arm, and he was pressing down on my left arm. He was pressing down on my arm simultaneously, and my left arm was going down, but my right arm wasn't. The electricity that we have in our body and everything like that was being affected by the headphones from my brain to my left arm to give it strength to fight the force of him pressing down on it.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
This dude over here, you can the first thing that what he should have hit on, Mike Hennigan, what's happening, baby? My bad, man. I should have said hi to you, man, before I got on the tangent. Before we got on the tangent, man. I saw you in there, man, but I'm saluting you now, my brother. But look,
salute.
The first thing you should understand is that we never heard of Anthony Joshua going to go see Dr. Phil or Dr. Umar Johnson or whoever to go sit down on the couch, the casting couch or whatever the couch was, to go over his problems until now.
Yeah.
Why is that?
That's major right there.
The dude was out of his fucking element.
Period.
You got it. And it wasn't. There's other fighters that came up here and fought before, but most of the time when those cats come over here and fight and stuff like that, well, not most of the time, but some of the times they come over and fight lesser opponents to work their way up and stuff like that and figure out how America is. This dude came up over here with Matchroom Boxing, and then the Zone came to try to give us something that we don't necessarily want. He didn't ask us for it. We didn't ask Anthony Joshua, Matchroom Boxing, to set up shop in America and have their first debut fight with Anthony Joshua at Madison Square Garden. They did.
Yep.
Man,
so with everything I just said, you should automatically understand that Edward Hearn set up Anthony Joshua up for failure. He set him up for failure because Deontay Wilder ain't fought at Madison Square Garden. And the reason why he ain't fought at Madison Square Garden is because they all know what it means to fight at Madison Square Garden.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want to fucking piss on that. Y'all came up over here and pissed on that because y'all knew y'all was gonna come up over here, fly a whole bunch of Brits up over here, not knowing who paying for the tickets or not.
It was on some transatlantic slave shit.
Bring them up over here. And I told y'all from the get-go, it don't matter if Madison Square Garden sells out or not. It only matters how much money does the fight generate. Because you guys are always pocket watching. You guys are always talking about Deontay Wilder this and Anthony Joshua that with the pocket watching saga. If you want to pocket watch how much Canelo got at Madison, how much did Canelo and Jacobs fight generate at Madison Square Garden. If you want a pocket watch, generate how much money did the Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz ass whooping generate at Madison Square Garden overall. Because if you want to,
Michael Johnson, did you hear about the numbers for the
hold up. We're gonna
the
get
app?
into that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna
Okay.
get to that numbers. Because
Yep.
I ain't heard about them, but I want you to talk about them. But I'm gonna go piss and then we're gonna talk about them.
No doubt.
Because I want to hear what you gotta say.
Yeah, because I don't know the numbers either.
So
I'll wait.
if you think about how much Anthony Joshua got, or allegedly how much Anthony Joshua got, which is 32 million, and then think about how much Andy Ruiz got, which is allegedly. Think about all that, and then think about how much money they got to pay everybody else, all the fight cards, the refs, the sanctioning fees, the piss tests, all that, everybody, just to pay them, just to trickle down to pay everybody else. The dude set Anthony Joshua up for failure to try to make a name for himself. That's what I'm saying.
In America.
Yeah, I feel he used AJ too.
Let me use the bathroom real quick.
Yo, he would have dragged AJ out that locker room. Like, it was just that bad, bro. Like, he came over here and he told Deontay Wilder, like, who's this guy from Alabama? But then you don't even care about the environment, like you said, Hulk Bradley, that AJ's in. Like, I'm in the state where as though as soon as you come out of the state and you're getting in New York, your anxiety goes through the roof. So I get what you're saying about that. You see what I'm saying? Like,
well, I hear you, Ron. Lost one. You got to understand, where did he fight in the Olympics? He fought in the Olympics at home. You're like completely not understanding, bro. He fought at the Olympics at home. He won the gold medal in London, where he's from.
yeah.
He came to the States and fought in a completely different arena that is not the same. Just because he brought people over here, it still changes things. He fought in an entirely different city. Ronald Fickley, do you ever remember? I'm not saying I'm paying attention to his teeth or whatever, but did he always have them silver teeth in his mouth?
Ooh, AJ?
Yeah.
I ain't know this nigga had silver teeth. I think I saw him one time. Wow.
Yeah, he got one on the side.
Okay.
No, he got two on the side.
Yeah, but that's that missing tooth shit. That's that
Okay, I never noticed it before.
Yeah, I noticed that that's just some bad industry. Like, that shit you shouldn't even use anymore, man. That shit outdated. It does hold better than the porcelains, man.
Yeah. But even I don't know if y'all. I'm sure everybody watch. I know Ronald Finkel. I know you watch Boxing Ego, but Ego touched on it. They say he was down. Ego was like he was down there, in Miami where he was training and everything, and he was doing irregular stuff that he usually didn't even do. He was doing MTV Crib type stuff. Where he was training and stuff like that. He was.
That's the wrong environment. That's the wrong environment right there.
Yeah, and he was taking, all types of photos in odd places and things like that, or he was somewhere where he wasn't supposed to be. And hell, I was talking to another guy on his radio talk yesterday. He lives in New York. He said it was actually before the fight. He said he saw him down at Pier 40 in New York.
Okay.
This is before the fight. And he's like, don't he got a fight tonight? Why is he, like he got something going on? And he said he talked to him, he was like, no, I ain't got nothing going on. I'm just, here. I'm like, dude, you got a fight to get ready for. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? So he came over here and he got starstruck. That's what I think will happen. He came over here to America and he really traveled around, and he got starstruck for real. And and I think it hit him. I think it really hit him. I think some of the element of the fact that he's like, man, I'm really over here, and it just hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, did you see his Instagram stream? Yo, it seemed like he had nothing but white people in there and white and chicks. Not saying that's bad, but it seemed like he was only responding. Did you see that? Because it seemed like he was only responding to like the ones that was like hugging on his nuts. Yo,
hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. Let me play some of this real quick for y'all.
All right.
The division is more wide open than people realize. It's even better than people realize. And when you get upsets like this, Stephen A., it's not a problem. We now have a new, colorful character who can really fight in Andy Ruiz.
Well, thank you, Dr. Kellerman. We appreciate your breakdown there. I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't give a damn about any of that. And I'm not questioning anything you said because I love boxing. I love boxing. I get it. But everybody is missing my point. When I went on Twitter and went off about this Saturday, I'm not questioning the boxing skills of Andy Ruiz. I know the brother can fight. I get that. I understand it.
Can y'all hear that?
But that's not the point.
Yeah.
This is not the UFC where you have somebody like a Dana White overseeing the sport that ensures you're going to get the fights that you want to see when you want to see it. This ain't the NBA Finals where you get to knock down, chop down one opponent after another, or the NFL playoffs, or Major League Baseball, or whatever. This is boxing, which continuously, repeatedly, religiously robs us of mega fights that we want year after year after year. It keeps us waiting. Why? Because you've got promoters or boxers who ultimately become promoters that make us wait and wait and wait. And so what I'm saying to you is this. I respect the hell out of Andy Ruiz. Prop to him. Yes, he did look like Butterbean. I'm just talking about how he looked. I didn't question whether he was in shape or not. I said how he looks, okay? There is no way in hell. Andy Ruiz Jr. was a huge underdog for a reason. You see Anthony Joshua built like Adonis. He's an undefeated heavyweight champion. And Tyson Fury come on national television on our show and called him out, said he was running. They've been waiting for him. They tried to make fights with him. He didn't want it. And then we see something like this and we say, damn, that's why he was running.
Oh, I found a video.
I'm not.
Let's I gotta say, I'll play the rest later.
Yeah, keep that same energy with T-Bud and Earl Spence, Stephen A. He better keep that same energy, yo. He at ESPN, right?
Yeah. ESPN.
He better keep that same motherfucking energy, acting like he knew me and shit. He fake as fuck, bro.
No,
he fake as fuck.
No, it's not a fake. It's not the part that he fake as fuck. It's not the part that he fake as fuck. He hit on a few questions. He hit on a few things. He hit on the simple fact that the motherfucker was ducking. Fury and
oh yeah.
Period. He said it.
I hope he keep that same energy though.
Oh yeah, that part, yes. That part, you most definitely. But the whole thing about it is, like, when I saw his tweet, I looked at it and I was like, there's more to it than what he's saying, because on tweets, you only allotted so much. So you got to make another post or something like that. And that when I got out of it was that when I read it was that you got whooped off a guy that looks like Butterbean. You got whooped by a guy that don't look the part. That's what I got out of it.
That's and guess what happened? And guess what happened? Eric Kelly and Canelo went at his ass for that shit.
Yeah, you know that cosmetic shit though. Who really give a fuck about a dude's body type though in boxing? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like
a lot of people, because like we can watch. Okay, look. We can look at Tank right now and people be like, "Damn, he's big as fuck," and blah blah blah. Woo. He ain't in the ring. We can look at Mikey Garcia and we be like, "Damn, he looks squishy in the middle." Blah blah with the whoop, and he say he don't do sit-ups. And all of a sudden, we thinking that the guy's out of shape.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I try to tell a lot of people is, man, I told people on my channel, it doesn't matter how you look in the outseason. It doesn't matter how you looking when you get in the ring. It matters how you perform. In heavyweight boxing, and in boxing in general, the first thing that you should have, especially in 2019, is stamina first.
Yeah.
Because especially when you look at that Taylor and that Pursoon fight, if Pursoon had more stamina than what she had, she would have got Katie Taylor up out of there.
She won that fight. She still won that fight.
No, she would have laid her down. And she probably wouldn't have got back up. And when she got back up, the ref probably would have waved it off because she was already gassed out. So if she would have got back up, gassed out, she was going to be looking like the legs was starting. She's going to be looking like she was done, right?
Yeah.
She probably would have had her out. She just didn't have the stamina. Yes, she kept coming and doing her thug thizzle. That woman right there, that's the definition of a fighter. That Pursoon chick, whatever you pronounce her name, I'm sorry if I'm murdering it, but that's the definition of a fighter right there. That woman put in work, and she had to do with a lot of headbutts and elbows.
Okay. From Katie Taylor?
Nah, Pursoon. That's why
Katie lost that fight, man.
Pursoon,
sorry.
No, Pursoon, her face wasn't looking like that from punches. Her face was looking like that from the fucking, because when Katie Taylor came in,
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah,
she always lead it with her head.
Wow.
That's the reason why Katie Taylor got that thing on the top of her head, got that cut in the hairline. She always lead it with her head. She tried to smother her opponent. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She probably tried to put her head in that girl's chest to try to hide from them punches, because Pursoon wasn't punching right. She wasn't giving those short hooks.
Yeah, she was unorthodox like a motherfucker.
She wasn't giving no short hooks. She was giving.
Why the hell Clarissa Shields there though? Like, Clarissa Shields will wash her ass up. Like, why they got Clarissa Shields there for that fight though?
Well, no, Clarissa Shields was there because she was just there to support boxing. You know, they had two women in the ring, of course, and and a lot of people over here in America, we ain't in tune to that yet. And
so she's just making her rounds, like making sure that. Yeah, I get it.
The biggest thing about women's boxing is that where are all these women rights women at? Talking, they ain't even talking about them. They ain't even talking about them. They ain't showing up. They ain't going over there with their little interviewer people over there to talk to her. They ain't doing none of that. That's the real. All these lesbians and this LGBT, like, even if you're not gay, they women. You ain't even showing up.
Yeah, I get it. Yep.
They let them down the wayside.
I think Clarissa Shields is married, right?
Nah, she ain't. I don't know if she married or not, but let me get it ball.
Hey, man, she got a boyfriend.
Let me say the rest of this real quick.
AJ her crush though.
Literally, he was running
Yeah, that's some bullshit right there.
I get all of that. What I'm saying is this: we wanted to see Joshua versus Wilder, and I'm not saying we don't want to see it, Max. What I'm saying is there is no way on earth that we're looking as forward to that fight today.
I don't want to see it.
Friday night, Saturday morning before the fight. So once again, even though we got a new guy on the scene who's a heavyweight champion, we have been robbed of the mega fight we salivated for.
I know what you mean, because
that's the problem.
This has happened many times. Tyson and Holyfield both undefeated. They're going to fight. Then Buster Douglas upsets the apple cart. Although I would argue the division just got more interesting. You now have a new character on the scene, not just the top three. You have a top four. Let me say this. Anthony Joshua's been chinny in his career. In boxing, it means,
that is true.
Yeah, right. Okay, so Klitschko knocked him down, but that's Vladimir Klitschko, a huge puncher, great fighter. Joshua rose off the deck to stop Klitschko. Dillian White hurt him. Povetkin hurt him. And Andy Ruiz hurt him.
They forgot about Parker.
But Joshua keeps fighting. And in fact, what you notice is even right before he got stopped in the 7th round, he had just hurt Ruiz again. But Ruiz is a real fighter. So when he gets hurt, his inclination is, I'm going to hit you back twice. And again, Joshua ran into those exchanges. Let me say something about Joshua, the perception that he was ducking. I had a conversation with Joshua last week. It was on Max Unboxing. We were taping a segment. I had a conversation with him, and he was saying, Max, I want to fight Wilder now because there are a lot of good fighters in this division. You could lose. Anyone could lose to anyone on any given night. And because he knew Andy Ruiz was good. He thought he was better than Big Baby Miller, who's also good. And he was right.
That was just selling the fight.
I told him. Muhammad Ali used to say, Muhammad Ali said, I want to fight Frazier and Foreman and all the top guys now. You know why? There are so many good fighters in the division. It's just my luck. I'm going to run into one of them on the night they decide to be great, which happened. He ran into Kenny Norton, got his jaw broken, and he had to have a rematch with Norton. 2 really tough fights. Styles make fights, and one of these guys who decided to be great on that night. It is Styles make fights. Andrew Ruiz lost to Joseph Parker, who lost to Anthony Joshua decisively. And yet Ruiz knocked out.
Here's the question: is Joshua not who we thought he was? Is he overhyped?
Listen.
That's what I want
At
to
the
know.
end of the day, that's what it comes.
Somebody got
down
some
to.
balls.
Even though we know
Mm-hmm.
suspect chin, Max himself, of all the years that I've watched Max cover boxing, I have never seen him more giddy and excited than when he went overseas to England and watched Joshua stop Klitschko. Max was just giddy about it. He was that hype about it, okay? Why? Because Joshua got dropped, got up, and then dropped Klitschko, the heart of a champion. We didn't see that Saturday night. We saw a guy at the beginning of the fight standing with his arms on the ropes with his mouthpiece hanging out his mouth. We saw him look gas in the second round. We saw him get hurt in the third round. We saw him looking like he didn't want to fight the fifth and the sixth round and then get dropped twice again in the seventh round. Why did the referee stop that? Anthony Joshua turned his back, went to the corner, was looking back to the referee, stepped, turned around. The ref said, do you want to go? Do you want to go? Do you want to go? And he was hesitant to answer the damn question.
Wait a minute.
That is the truth.
Time out.
That is the truth.
I've heard this reported a bunch by accident. Let me tell you what I saw. I saw a man get up off the deck 4 times, continue to throw punches, and when he never recovered from that first left hook that hit him behind the ear, knocked off his equilibrium. But look at this. When the ref asked him at the very end of the fight, do you want to fight? Joshua looked him in the eye, nodded his head yes, and then the ref stopped the fight. Joshua didn't beg out of that fight. Look, he's saying, what? I just said yes, I can continue.
Deontay Wilder, usually when you win, they come at you when they're trying to get you to fight. But when you lose, they let it go. Deontay Wilder ultimately tweeted this, but he had texted to me before. He said he wasn't a true champion. His whole career consisted of lies, contradiction, and gifts. Facts. And now we know who was running from who. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, even though Tyson Fury showed an elevated level of class in telling Joshua to get up one day, the bottom line is you got a champion like Wilder who lost one. He was looking at it going like this. Damn, that should have been me in the ring against you. That's the point.
Hold on. Klitschko, top fighter. Joseph Parker was
What y'all got to think about that?
Well, Stephen A. He made some points. He made some good points when he usually don't.
I'm about to. You already hit him. I sent the World Breaker already. I already sent the World Breaker already because I listened to that and I was like, God damn. But Max Carlman, he did have a point with the ring thing. He did. Anthony Joshua did nod to the ref that he wanted to go. But the whole thing about it was that I think the ref looked at him, and I think the ref got the notion that this motherfucker didn't know where the fuck he was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he gave up because he spit his mouthpiece out.
I think he spit his mouthpiece out because he ain't had no choice. The motherfucker hit him so hard and knocked him down so hard, the motherfucker couldn't breathe and that shit. He had no choice. But then when he got up, all he had to do was just hold his hands up and walk towards the ref.
Yep.
That's all he had to do. But the thing about it is, if he was in the UK and had one of them, specific UK judges, refs, they would let that fight continue, man. That dude would have got hurt. And the reason why I say he would have got hurt was because he did not know. He knew where he was, but he was out of it on his feet.
Oh yeah,
like
and he knew it too.
Some people think that when you out of it on your feet, you got to be wobbled and stuff like that. No, you can be walking fine. You could be walking perfectly and not know where the fuck you is, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think Adner Reeves got that. It doesn't seem like he got that because he's short. He can't get that. He's short. So if he don't get you right, he's not gonna get you out like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's extra torque that you got to put in. But if Adner Reeves was just as tall as Anthony Joshua, he would have been on the floor for a count of 10. Yeah. Hey, Ronald, what you think about that, man? That nigga sleep.
Is he?
Listen.
He knocked the hell out, ain't he?
That nigga Ron sleep.
Hey, he says he's an old man.
That nigga Ron. Wake your ass up, Ron. Read some of these chats.
How is it frustration? No, if it was frustration, you would want to fight and get that motherfucking knockdown back. Lost one. Hey, lost one. You come to
I read that shit. Yeah, you're right.
You must not have boxed before.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Get knocked down 4 times.
Cause man, when I spar and I got hit with a shot that I knew hurt and I didn't like it. I was like, all right, bet. I'm getting my motherfucking leg back, bro. Tell me if you like this punch. Shit.
Mike Hennigan said it. Yeah, Mike Hennigan, man. AJ had no clue where he was at. He was done. AJ fought Ruiz's fight. He fought short and had no fight on his back foot. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, but I'm gonna get up out of here, man. You got any last words, Hope?
No, man. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Hulk Bradley, follow me on Instagram, and be looking out for some video of my fight July 26th. Other than that, that's it, man.
Yeah, Ron Figley's Mike Hennigan. That's Ron Figley over there breathing hard. He's asleep.
There you go.
We put that old man to sleep. All right, now shout outs to the LDBC out there, man. Everybody hate, like, and subscribe. Subscribe to Hope. Subscribe to Ron Figley. Subscribe to everybody out there in the chat. And we out.
Peace.